Change the camera. And what's good, y'all? We are live, man. It's your boy Ty, and we're back. We're back, man. It's been long overdue for a pod, I know, man, but y'all won't believe me if I tell you, man. These ladies are really hard to get, man. A lot of flakes. They be like, okay, I'm coming, daddy, And then next thing you know, going in the mist. But I know y'all see the title. We got a lot to get into right now. We got a lot to get into. Y'all probably like, what do you mean? Is it worth paying for it? Don't worry, chill, breathe. Don't get all tight. Oh no, what you wanna do? We're gonna get into it. We got some lovely ladies that we got today, so just give us a moment. So y'all know what to do already. Let's get all that long introductions. Follow the podcast, subscribe to the channel, and if you're watching, engage and stuff, talk your shit. Ask the ladies some questions if y'all want to, and I'm gonna drop their IGs after the videos and stuff. So feel free to shoot y'all a shot and get on that. So without further ado, let's go ahead and introduce our lovely ladies.
I'm Katie.
I'm Nadia.
First, actually do one at one. So how old are you?
26.
Highest level education?
I'm in college right now.
Okay. And what are you in college for?
So I'm majoring in behavioral science. I want to be a school counselor when I graduate.
Okay. And relationship status?
Single, somewhat. I just started talking to somebody, so I don't know. I like him. He likes me. We're just seeing what's up.
Okay. That's what's up. Okay. A lot of ladies been coming up in here capping it, so I'm glad you've been honest.
Yeah, no, I don't have no pride, so.
That's good. Anything you want to shout out?
You can definitely follow our Instagram at daysgoddess_est.
Days Goddess.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
We make edibles and stuff.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, like edible, like weed edibles?
Like special edibles, yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, sweet edibles. Mm-hmm.
Y'all hear that? Little niggas. Okay, cool. Well, nice to meet you. And who do you have over here?
I'm Nadia.
How old are you?
26 years old. I'm the bestie.
Okay. Highest level of education?
I went to school and I got my certificate for medical assisting.
Oh.
And I also got a certificate.
Nurse type shit?
Kinda. Like right below a nurse.
Nani?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, we already know. We don't get into it though. Okay. Relationship status?
If I'm gonna be honest, it's complicated.
It's complicated. You gotta get another one, guys. Okay.
I'm living my best life, but I got a couple boo things.
Okay.
Let's just chill around.
Do your thing. Okay. We ain't here to knock it. We just being real with you. Okay, that's what's up. And I'm glad that you guys came at this lovely night. So yeah, let's just get into it. So, man, I've been on TikTok. I've been on IG. I've been just seeing this trend of, and I had this last podcast, and this lady brought up this interesting thing, tricks. I forget about it. I don't really think about them. I leave them to their thing. They like to do what they like to do. They like to pay for stuff. But I don't like that it's being more common of a thing. Like to the point where like it's almost expected to, oh, you got to pay for all this stuff, or you're not even gonna be able to see me type shit, right? So I figure, let's dig into this. Is it worth paying for it? So how we start about this? Let me ask you guys a question. What's the most that a guy has spent on you? Like, first we're gonna ask like on like a date type shit.
Oh.
Then we're gonna ask like how much. Well, first let's do that. How much have a guy spent on you on like a date type of situation? We can start with you.
In total, so it was like a whole day thing. So it was a whole day thing. He's in the military, so he makes decent money, pretty good money actually. So he took me to the spa. He took me out to eat. I would say at a total about $700. We got massages.
Was that like the first date or like that was a couple days in?
That was the only date. So.
Wait.
That was the first.
Bruh. Wait. Pause. We got a couple steps back. Mm-hmm. So the first date, just like technically the first date, if that was your only date.
The only date. Yeah, I met him that day.
The first.
We went out there.
This is all in one day.
Mm-hmm.
Bruh.
Yeah.
Okay, I was really hoping you didn't say that. Okay, so
Why were you hoping?
How did he take you on a date and spend all that money? Okay, did you really smash that? Did you smash that night?
Yes.
Okay. Whew. Oh, you almost lost me there. Okay. That's cool. Okay. And okay, that's not that bad.
So
and how much? What's the highest that a guy has spent on you on a date?
I think it was like almost 1,000. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. How? Where were y'all at? Salt Bay?
No. So it was a whole day situation. It was. I had been talking to this person for a couple of weeks. I had went into it with a sugar daddy relationship mentality for it.
Yeah, so it was like understood.
So it was understood.
Yeah,
like he understood that I
that's
wanted to
understandable.
get paid, and he understood that he was going to pay me. So what I ended up doing was we met in the morning. We went out to breakfast. I can't remember where we went, but it was real fancy brunch, all you can eat, bottomless mimosas. I was lit. Later on in the day, it was during the summer, so we were outside a lot in downtown. And then towards the end of the night, he took me to what used to be Brazaz, Brazilian restaurant in downtown, or Brazaz, however you pronounce it.
All I know is those other country restaurants downtown always be expensive as fuck.
Yeah, so it was a Brazilian steakhouse, like Fogo de Chao, where they come and they serve you the meat. And that bill alone was almost like $500. And then,
what did you order?
Well, you two, right? It was just us two, but we were just tossing
what did you order?
A bunch of drinks. So
how much did you see? Oh, okay, drinks. Okay,
yeah.
That
so
makes
the
sense.
meal itself was like I think $50 or $70 per person.
Okay, y'all was just getting lit.
Well, and it's a steakhouse though, right? So
and it's a steakhouse, right? So it was unlimited steak. Like they came out unlimited with the food and with the sides and everything.
That's a good deal.
But we drank a lot of top shelf alcohol. And that really skyrocketed that bill up. And then at the end of the night, he did not get none because he was weird.
Wait. What do you mean he did not get none? She
is the queen of this. So she put me on. That's how I got the military, dude. She's been in the game longer than me, so.
Go ahead.
It's okay.
Go ahead.
So basically, we finished dinner and we had discussed already that I wasn't gonna go into it with any expectations of sleeping with him.
Wait, you let him know that he wasn't gonna get none.
So we had discussed that if the vibe was right, we would go ahead and I would give him some. And if the vibe was wrong, then I would be like, you know what, let's not do it today. Let's like go out another date and see how the vibe is.
So you left it ambiguous for him to understand.
Right.
Okay.
Right. So I left it. Wait. So I left it open for interpretation. I left it as let's see how the vibe is.
Right. Of course.
For me, sex is a more mental situation. So even if I go into it with you're gonna be my sugar daddy, we have to connect mentally.
Right.
And at the end of the night, after dinner and everything, it just didn't click because every other sentence for him was, so are you going to fuck? Are you going to suck my dick? And he played himself. So he did not. He didn't get none. He spent a couple of dollars on me and he got left where he was at.
Damn.
Yeah.
Nobody said he was happy about it.
Yeah. Right. He wasn't happy about
guys,
it.
I tell you, man, like you can have the money, but you have to have game as well. Like you sitting there tricking, now are we gonna fuck? They're gonna definitely put you in the customer category. Definitely. Like they not gonna fuck because you keep giving them more money and shit.
He's putting y'all on game.
That's just real
stupid,
if you ask me, bro. But that's okay, so what's the most that a guy has spent to like, let me think. Like spent to for the idea of getting some.
For just the idea?
Yeah, like he be like, like, what you trying to come over? Like, okay, you gonna do this? Can I get this? What you gonna do for this? Like, you didn't, either you did or you didn't do it, but what's the most that you got from a nigga?
For just the idea of it. Like I said, she's been in the game longer than me. I don't really go about that. I don't really ask about money. I don't care about how much you make and stuff like that. So, but I mean, I've been in that situation. I would say like 300-400 just for the idea. Yeah.
Damn, bro. Because all like the last couple of ladies I had, I started asking her, how much you gonna be getting from these dudes and stuff. And I'll be like, bro,
it's
like
crazy at the amounts that you hear, but it's like if you got it, spend it. Why not? You only live once. It's a short time on this planet.
You think they should spend it on not even getting none?
They should spend it on whatever their little heart desires, and if their little heart desires spending it on my time and not getting none.
You want to buy those pairs of shoes, right? You see that fire outfit, you're going to get that outfit, right? You're going to get that chain. Okay, so you want that girl that looks good, you think she looks good, you want her bent over in front of you, you're going to do what you want to do to get it.
Period.
You hear that, guys? But that doesn't mean pay for it. Y'all don't got to pay for it, niggas. Listen.
Yeah, you don't have
to.
If some of y'all dudes, I get it. Y'all got to pay for it. That's why we have tricks. We're always going to have tricks. We're always going to have these simple-ass dudes who's going to do this shit. We already know.
Yep.
But for the like-minded guys who doesn't want to sit there and spend money to get some, don't go that route. But there's some dudes who got to do that shit. So just understand it. Wow, that's crazy. Okay, what's the weirdest way a guy had tried to get some sex with you? Like, what's the weirdest way a guy hit on y'all? Like in your inbox. What's the craziest shit?
Literally Saturday.
Saturday.
Which one?
Just this
Oh my God.
So just Saturday, we went out to Elgin to this house party that she knows, this dude from high school,
and we were catering our edibles.
Okay. Y'all really do y'all edibles, shit. What's it called again?
dazed guys.
I'm gonna tag it in the Instagram in the bio and shit, so y'all can get y'all shout out.
For sure.
Okay, go ahead. Continue the story.
So we were there. We're selling our edibles, looking good, of course. And so we're just chilling. So towards the end of the night, we're talking to the host that she knows, and we're just chopping it up or whatever. And his friend comes over. So we're all just talking and stuff like that. And we mentioned that we have an OnlyFans, and that's where things got saucy.
It was instantly like.
Yes.
Okay.
Literally.
So we're talking. We're mentioning that we have an OnlyFans, and he was like, "Well, the dude that she was talking to was like, can I get a sample?"
Oh, he was thinking instantly.
Well,
he was trying to get it down, huh?
Well, me and him used to talk in high school, and then we talked for a year after high school.
But you didn't smash him though, nothing.
We
right?
never smashed.
Yeah,
nothing
so he
like
probably
that.
had that like, oh shit, now she's on OnlyFans and shit.
Yeah,
So
yeah, we talked.
Oh, okay.
So like he probably had that like that. Oh, she's on OnlyFans now. She's showing her body. I definitely want to try to get at that now.
Well, we also have this really weird relationship where we talk a lot of shit and like we act like we're on that, but like in reality, he's like a little brother, and I want to knock his shit out. But yeah, so like we've always had that like friendly relationship where we're super friendly. People don't really understand.
But it's not
the
platonic,
relationship.
right?
Right.
Okay,
well,
because he he wants to.
He definitely wants it, but he ain't getting it.
Yeah.
He can look, he can't touch. He can look, he can't touch.
That's why I tell guys, man, y'all better just be associates. Be associates. Don't that friend zone shit. You got to be associates. Y'all gotta be cool. Y'all can work together. Y'all can, if y'all cool, like hanging out like y'all doing.
Yeah.
Y'all can do that, make money at the same time, type shit. But like, as far as that, like, oh, you finna keep teasing me and shit, like that shit.
That's why he don't subscribe to
Bruh.
He don't subscribe.
No, he don't because he's gonna be upset.
He better not.
But he don't even.
He better not. I'll be disappointed.
You don't even get teased though. That's the whole thing. It's just.
Have you seen? We just look
and
at.
gets teased if anything.
Okay, continue the story though. Continue the story.
So yeah, so the dude that was talking to her said, "Can we get a sample?" But the dude I'm talking about, after the party, we're sitting in our car warming it up because it was cold out, and that person was in their car in front of us. I'm on the phone with my little boo that I'm talking to, and she's talking to me, and we're not paying them no attention. All I see is her say, "Oh my god." I'm like, what? So this dude's walking up to the car while we're warming it up.
Pause. Context before this. While we were in the house talking about our OnlyFans, dude that she's mentioning that walked up to the car in the house was like, "Oh, well, since you got an OnlyFans, that means you guys are really good at what you're doing.
Ooh.
So are you gonna give me a sample? Are you gonna show me what you're doing? There's an
Oh
open
my God,
bathroom
these
and
niggas.
time and opportunity."
It was just crowded, y'all like some fucking.
Yes.
And we were like, respectfully, disrespectfully, get the fuck out of here, no.
Right.
And he was asking how good our head game and stuff was, and I don't talk about my product.
You gotta
Like,
subscribe. You
better than I can tell
gotta
you.
be like, y'all gotta subscribe,
right, you
niggas.
have to pay for what you want. So yes, in that sense. So whatever. So yeah, so he said that in the house. So when we're in the car, I roll down. He walks up, and I'm like, oh my god. So I put my little boo on mute. I'm like, hold on. So I roll down the window, and he was like, he leans into the car, and he's like,
Drunk.
he's
Oh
like,
Lord.
I know all these 30 minutes that we've been sitting out here that you just couldn't stop thinking about my dick, huh? And I was like,
I laughed
not
so
even-
hard. I laughed so hard.
yes.
What the fuck?
Words, yes. Yes, and I was like, nobody was even thinking about you. I don't know who you're talking about. You must have been thinking about me, though, because you watch your little ass over here. So, and he was like, what did he say? He was like, so can I get that sample now? And I was like, sir, I'm looking for a good man, not a dick to suck, so I'm good. And he was like, but with any good man, you gonna suck his dick, right? And I was like, that's not how that works. So you gotta prove that you're a good man first to get that dick sucked. But I was like, but I appreciate you, and he walked his little happy ass away.
Damn, what the fuck? That's a crazy ass. What the fuck?
Just
And it
never
happens
never knew this man.
often. Like, we have had some of the weirdest encounters with men. I'm not gonna say I'm the baddest bitch or I'm like the most whatever the hell, but I know I look good.
Right.
I know we are fire. Our personalities is awesome.
Right.
And we make money off of what we look like. And you know what? At the end of the day, people are gonna exploit us regardless, so we're gonna get to it first.
That's smart. I mean, like, cause y'all got your OF and shit.
However, just because we exploit the things that we would do on a regular basis without a camera doesn't mean that we're automatically gonna be down to fuck anybody.
Yeah, it's cause like those type of dudes, like I said, like a lot of dudes don't got game right now. Yeah, that's why females are winning right now. Y'all got tricks. Y'all got. You know, like any female can open pop our OnlyFans up and like make a decent amount of money because there's a lot of simp ass niggas out here. Like y'all are winning. A lot of dudes don't understand that. You know, just because you do OnlyFans does not mean you're a porn star and shit. I don't mean to go out
Right.
like what they probably see in these videos when like the porn star comes to the party and fucks everybody in the party.
Right.
That's probably what they thought the situation gonna be. And, you know, it's a distinction and shit.
Yeah.
You know, it's young kids and shit. But okay, let me ask you guys another question. let me see how I'm gonna phrase it. Cause I read it one way, but like I want to say it one way.
Okay.
If you subscribe to a girl's OnlyFans, would you guys? Okay, if a guy was subscribed to your OnlyFans, right? Would you take him serious?
Like if he asked to be in a relationship?
Yeah, like or like yeah. Or like you want to take you on a date and like court you and shit. Somebody who subscribes to your OnlyFans.
Like there would definitely have to be conversation first. I would have to talk to you on the phone, see what you really want. Like, because it doesn't have to be anything but honesty. Like, you're on this page, you want something, probably. You know what I mean? Like that's what I'm assuming. But I need that conversation first. I need to see where your head's at, and then it'll go based upon that.
Okay, I'm gonna ask something. But I'm gonna wait till you guys both give you answers. Go ahead.
So that's a tricky situation because for me, I've seen the tail end of psychotic people and I've seen the tail end of really good people. And I've also been in situations where I've had stalkers, where I've had weirdos popping up at houses.
Oh, what?
Where I've had like some real wild shit.
Like
Stick
in my car about
literally, I have like a 4-foot stick that is about 2 inches in diameter.
What?
And it will knock a motherfucker out real quick.
God damn.
But it's because I've been in a lot of weird situations involving men knowing that I have a certain product or certain aspect to me that they want, but the fact that they can't get it, it's tricky. So I would have to go through a very like detailed for myself, like interview with this person and like figure out where their head's at. Figure out what exactly it is that they want, how they're going to treat me, how they're going to approach the situation, and whether or not they can handle the fact that I am a content creator for OnlyFans and that I do have men that are going to say some wild shit and that are going to ask for some wild shit and they're going to try to do some wild shit. But my man has to be so secure within himself and his relationship that, and with our relationship, I should say, that he isn't going to question my loyalty because I have a certain platform. Right. And a lot of the men on OnlyFans, no, because I've had that.
Yeah, I was gonna bring
there's
that
a lot
up.
of men that are like, well, let me scoop her off of OnlyFans, and then she'll stop because I'm her man. Baby boy, let me tell you something. If I am dating a man and then I start on OnlyFans and he's uncomfortable with it, that and only then am I gonna be like, you know what? Out of respect for my man, I'm not going to do it, or I won't do the explicit content that I would if I was single. Right. But the fact that I started my OnlyFans before you were even thought of or around, I'm not going to switch it up because you don't like it. I'm not fucking nobody. I'm not meeting up with nobody. I'm getting paid just because I look good.
That was actually interesting because that was going to be my next question. Would y'all be willing to stop your OnlyFans for your dream guy?
Oh, no.
Like, say, like what you said. Like, he said what you said, but, like, he's not, like, the lame nigga that's been saying it. He's a real nigga. He's going to be like, baby, stop your OnlyFans. I'm going to take care of you. Would y'all be willing to stop your OnlyFans?
Like, if he took care of me, like, financially and everything?
Or just, like, emotionally?
Financially.
Okay, so one of my little hoe situations right now, one of my little boo things, that's the kind of situation, like, my ideal relationship has always been me being more of a submissive person in the relationship while my partner is the more dominant one. Sus. Whatever. Not everybody is for that.
Wait, that she should be what?
Submissive while he's dominant. Not everybody is for that, and some women like to switch and be dominant, and some men like to be submissive, and that is okay. That is your preference.
Wait.
It's 2022.
What did he say? You say, man, want to be submissive?
Yes. You know how many? Hold on, wait.
What type of men do you think are buying these OnlyFans? Are these simps that y'all call?
Yeah, I get it. I know, but like, let's be real. Do you guys want a soft, sensitive simp nigga that's finna sit there?
It depends.
Cause like, if he has your OnlyFans, he definitely has some other girls with OnlyFans.
Right.
So y'all don't care. Y'all don't care if y'all boyfriend subscribe to another girl's OnlyFans.
No.
Because she's fulfilling a fantasy for him. That's her own fantasy that I can't fulfill for him. But I know that I would have to be secure in my relationship, that I can't really be upset that he's paying for other content because he paid for mine at one point.
So how would you feel if he was sleeping with other women?
Oh,
that's a whole different story.
Because OnlyFans is a fantasy.
But let me ask you this question. Just same, okay, because like I always get in this thing, because like when that girl's gonna come on the pod, I'll be like, you know, y'all should just be open with your guys, sleeping with other women from time to time. Is his value high enough if he works his ass off and shit, if he's actually worth the shit, work through shit to actually do that shit. That you should just allow your man to sleep with other women because 9 times out of 10 he still loves you. You know, only men can actually sleep with other people and still love them. Women can't do that 9 times out of 10. You could be that 1 out of 10, but 9 times out of 10 y'all can't do that and still love your man. You feel me? So I always tell guys to like never be in that type of situation where like you're the submissive person. The woman always wants a submissive man.
Not necessarily, because there are a lot of men that their assertion, we have soft dominant men, we have hard dominant men, and then we have submissive men or dom submissive men. Where some men that are dominant and submissive are the men that I've encountered. I've had really submissive men that don't want to be the dominant role, but they want to provide and be the dominant aspect financially, while emotionally or physically they are submissive. I've had a man pay me top dollar to treat him like shit while he paid all of my bills because that's where he was dominant.
But the thing is, that's not who you're going to make your husband and the protector of the family and kids. That's the thing about it.
Right. There are
that's the thing. But like those are the small percentage out of the majority of people. You feel me? Like, yeah, there may be a person who, like I said, there's always going to be a simp. And there's always going to be a female that could take a simp type shit. You feel me?
Society puts things that you got to put a gender on it. That you got to make the man the dominant, the breadwinner, all of this.
The head of household.
So y'all don't believe in like gender roles and like.
No.
I don't believe that they need to be in place.
It don't matter. Gender roles don't have to be in a household for it to be a happy household.
Sure, they say that, but then like you look at the divorce rates, you know, it's high and then mostly initiated by the women and stuff, and you see the reasoning, the money and unfaithfulness and all the other different.
But let's look at why they got into that marriage, though.
Hold on.
No, because you've talked a lot.
Okay, go ahead.
Thank you. There's a lot of people in marriages. Why do they get in those marriages? Because it's good on paper, not because you love that person. It's good because that man has what you want financially, has what you want like emotionally. But it's not even about the emotional. Actually, it's really just about financially and on paper, like
exactly. No,
looks
exactly. Thank you.
And then it gets the emotion.
Thank you. Stop the show. That's the thing. That's how the women sees it. The men actually. That's gonna get into a whole other thing. But the thing is, when men get in relationships, especially when they get married to the woman, they actually love the woman. They don't see the whole like what's on paper and stuff. Whatever they have, that's what they're gonna get. They're willing to accept it, and that's why the divorces are mostly initiated by the women because men have a lot to lose in divorces. That's why when a guy gets married, he actually loves that woman outside of what's on paper because he has everything to lose in divorce. So that's why like when it comes to like real marriage and stuff and real love, the man is just one showing the real love and stuff. It's usually the woman who gets bored or all types of different reasons. The guy's not making enough. He's not, looking good enough after a while. He's not taking care of himself. There's another guy who had a big ding. He can sway me. All types of situations. So yeah. But for the most part, going back to what we was mostly talking about, y'all can say, it's 2022. We could screw all gender roles and stuff, but most women. Not even like you say, once you find your guy, the guy that you want, you're gonna be submissive. But that's meaning the guy that you really don't want, you're gonna be more masculine. So once you get with the guy that you truly want, you're gonna get in your natural role, and that's not because you have to; it's because you want to. That's just how you guys operate. And you guys see that now, but wait till that nigga walk through with his nice suit. Swing, take you to a nice restaurant. And you're not sitting there like, oh, okay, well, I can't wait till they get through with this nigga. You actually sitting there conversating. He don't gotta do the most like most niggas got to. He could just talk to you and you over here head over heels in love. Once you get with that nigga, you don't give a fuck about all the extra shit. Like you gon' okay, you want me to cook? Oh, clean. I'm already doing it, sweetheart. Like y'all gonna get in y'all natural roles once y'all find y'all real nigga. But a lot of y'all ladies haven't found y'all real niggas. That's why the divorce rates are so high. That's why a lot of women are unhappy. That's why there's stats coming out saying most women are finding most men is economically unattractive. Most men aren't attractive to most women. That's just the reality of it. Most men aren't attracted to most women. And most men are becoming soft, weak. They aren't as strong as we used to. Men are becoming more, I'm gonna let my woman work. I'm gonna sit at home and get lattes and shit. And men are getting softer, but y'all are starting to lose respect for us. As much as y'all may think, like, what's wrong with that? You may think that, but the woman who's with him is like, oh, this nigga's getting. Oh fuck, I'm about to mess with Drake. That's why you got a bunch of women lined up to see Drake because they'd rather get with him than get with a lame nigga that's not gonna excite them.
That's why all these niggas got hella baby mamas.
I get where you're coming from, but I don't agree 100%.
You don't have to agree with it, but it's the numbers, it's facts. Like, you know, like women are hypergamous. You feel me? Like women want a guy who's better than them on, like you said, on the paper, on better than them, and like actually like enhance their life. They don't want a guy that they gotta work 50-50 and brag them up and shit. They don't want that. They say that, y'all say that shit, but once you gotta take care of some bills, you gonna leave that nigga.
First of all, we take care of our bills now. Yeah. But besides the point, the way I see it is, number one, the divorce rate is not always because of what the man looks like on paper. A lot of women get with these men and they're like, okay, this person says they love me. This person treats me like a queen. This person, you know, bends over backwards for me. But a lot of men, and what people fail to realize is that a lot of men, once they get that girl, they stop working to keep her. Mm-hmm. So as much as you can say that it's initiated by women, let's think about why it's initiated by women. I have been around divorced people. I have experienced divorces in my own family. My parents got divorced, and it had nothing to do with how the person couldn't provide financially and how the person wasn't the dominant one. It had to do with the lack of, and not just my parents, but almost everybody I've seen, the lack of respect from their spouse, whether it be the man or the woman. And, you know, we were younger, we were taught a lot that if a boy's mean to you, that means he likes you. Mm-hmm. That's bullshit. You are creating, and people that teach their sons that and their daughters that, they are creating the stigma that it is okay for a man to treat you like straight shit because that means he likes you. But in actuality, that's not true, because if you love somebody and you really cherish that person, you are going to fight to make sure that nothing bad happens to them and that nothing hurts them that you or somebody else does. So that notion that you said that, well, your man's going to love you even if he cheats on you, no, he's not. Because if you know that your man or that your girl is going to be mad upset and she's going to cry and she's going to be hurt that you stepped out of your relationship, that means you don't respect her enough to put her emotions and her feelings above yours as the head of household.
Yeah, I understand. Well, that's if you're lying. If you're sitting there cheating, if you tell your girl what you're gonna do, let her know. Then that's one thing. If you're going behind her back, that's another. But the thing, why guys have to go behind her back, and I said this on my TikTok when I went live and shit. A lot of ladies didn't like this. Y'all can't handle the truth.
No, he didn't. No, you didn't.
Wait. Okay, let me ask you guys. Do you guys believe women can handle the truth?
Yes.
I believe.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm 50-50 because I feel like some women can really handle the truth and some women just don't want to, and therefore they cannot. And that's in some situations.
Why do we put a gender on it anyway? Because there's men like that too.
Right, absolutely.
Yeah, but
there's definitely
most,
men
I go
like
off of like majority. General basis. And general basis, if you tell your girl, like, okay, sweetheart, you know I love you to death, you know, because most women don't understand the difference between men. Like, that's why I said generals are a thing. Like, just 2021 and 20 it is a thing. You guys loving us is different how we love y'all. So I can step out and still love you. When you guys step out, you're losing love. That's two different things. And you guys just really don't understand men. You guys don't understand men. So if a guy comes and tells you, like, listen, you're gonna be my one and only. I might sleep with girls from time to time, but I only love you. Most women will leave that man. Be like, oh hell no, I'm not dealing with that shit.
Part of that.
Exactly, but that comes with not handling the truth, because if you look at divorce reasonings, it's unfaithfulness. Most men are prone to cheating. It's in our biology.
But why do we have to understand that? Why do we have to stay with that?
Y'all don't. And that's why I tell guys to tell them the truth. But the thing is, most guys already know that y'all are going to leave. So that you're going to, the logical thing, like, okay, you know what? I'm going to sit there and lie to her. I'm going to tell her I'm not going to cheat and try not to cheat. And then once you get, and he going to try not to get caught. And once you get caught, like most guys, they get left.
But that's where that lack of trust comes in. And as much as a man can say that, oh, I'm gonna go cheat on you, babe, or I'm gonna go sleep with another woman.
But I'll be back.
Most women, 90% to 100% of women, do not want to share. Mm-hmm. Me, I'm a little bit different. When it comes to whoever I'm gonna be with, like if we have an understanding and I want to sleep with Shorty, I'm gonna make sure I initiate that, and then you can join because I want to do it.
Wait.
Wait.
See, like, it's funny because, like, you do this masculine thing, but when you get with your like I said, the nigga that you actually want to be with, it's not gonna be no oh, okay, I'm finna hit with this girl, and if I want you in, it's gonna be, I'm gonna sleep with this girl, and if I want you in, you're gonna go in.
No.
And and that's the thing. As I say, a lot of women can't handle the truth because that's how a real man's gonna talk to you. He's not gonna sit there and let you, like, talking like a nigga, like how let's be real, y'all. You kind of masculine.
Okay, so tell me
I
feel
know.
me? So like,
I know.
when the guys hear it, they're gonna be like, oh no, you can't talk like that type shit. Like you gotta be in your feminine.
Right, and I can respect that because I am a very masculine woman because I've had to be.
Right.
I have never had anybody, man or woman, that's more masculine than me or that can take control of a situation in their masculine form in which it allows me to be in my feminine. Now, that's me, but there are a lot of women that don't want to be that feminine aspect. And there's a lot of men that don't want to be that masculine aspect. I've had men that you guys call simps, tricks, or whatever the hell, Vicks, all of that in reality, they're just so dominant in every other aspect of their life that they want to have a place where they can be so vulnerable that they are considered feminine.
I mean, yeah, I understand, like, cause like a lot of the rich businessmen could be a lot of rich businessmen that be sitting there like getting dominated by women and stuff, that be undercover doing that shit. I understand that it could be guys in power that do this stuff, but ultimately it's about attraction. You guys may deal with these dudes to do that stuff, but y'all aren't attracted to these type of dudes. Like, once that dude paid you to do that, y'all definitely, with that attraction, gonna go instantly like, oh, you're so cool, sir. Like, oh, you want me to do what? Touch your what? And then go. That attraction gonna go away. Maybe to you guys, but most women, if you go to most women and be like, oh, I want you to like put me in a black suit and whip me, they're gonna be like, what?
I still think it all boils down to how society just treats everybody. Because none of us can handle the truth, really, if you want to talk about it.
Yeah, if you want to be real honest, men and women.
Can't be honest about them wanting to be feminine or soft or whatever, and women can't be too masculine because then men find that unattractive. So it's just like, I can't out-masculine you, but then
the thing is, you're either feminine or you're masculine. There's no, I'm masculine, but I do feminine things, or I'm masculine, I do feminine, or I'm feminine, I do masculine things. I'm a masculine man, I'm a feminine man. The guys you're talking about, they're just feminine men. They're not like, if they do that stuff and stuff, they're just feminine. They may dominate in other areas in their fields and have businesses. They're just still feminine men. They're like, they're soft.
Masculine men who dress in eyeliner, mascara, dresses, and everything. But they're the most masculine man that I've ever met in my life. They're
not masculine. They're feminine. They're just strong dudes. They're strong dudes.
No.
It's just their traits. Their traits are more feminine. Like, they're either feminine or masculine. How could you be like, you could be strong
and be masculine, and you can present masculine and be feminine.
But that's when things are getting confusing because that's why it's like
confusing. People just don't want to handle it and don't want to deal with it and don't want to learn.
People don't like change, and people don't like the fact that the changes that we're speaking on challenge what society has used as an outline for what men and women should be. And as bad as it gets, we are in a day and age where religion is intertwined with politics, and religion and politics have created this standard of what humans should be because it fits their narrative. 90% of the issues that we have in the world come down to rich white men trying to control minority people and women. And the problem that comes with that is that they use the Bible as a very high stepping stone to make women feel inferior to men. And that's where the concept of masculinity and femininity is confusing for a lot of people because they want women to feel so inferior to men that we submit to men.
But the thing is, it's not I wouldn't even say it's necessarily have to do with like, our religion or even America's religion type thing because if you look at most texts, even like back in the days, like my fault, not back in the days, but all types of religions from millenniums, they all shun female promiscuity. It's not necessarily like it's an American thing or it's a Bible thing. It's a human thing. It's just how we work. You guys may think there's nothing wrong with a girl who likes to be promiscuous. Sure, not on paper. They might be the nicest girl ever, right? But there's a lot of things that can come from that. And it's just a millennia of things of hardwiring of men and women that got us this mindset. Paternity test, that stuff is pretty new. We've been watching Game of Thrones. Y'all watch Game of Thrones?
No, I haven't.
Yeah. So like the big situation is like the king is not supposed to be the king because he's not the rightful son of the king that died.
Like he's not the next.
He's a bastard, because his mom slept with another man, her brother. Weird ass situation. I know it's nasty, but yeah, she slept with her own brother and shit, right? So that's their kid. That's not the king's kid. So that's not supposed to be the rightful heir. But you wouldn't know that because there was no paternity test back in the days.
Right.
That's more nowadays. Mm-hmm. Before, they would marry a virgin to ensure that, okay, that's gonna be my kid, and I'm the only one that had her. That's how it used to work for programming. So it's not necessarily like oh my God, they're trying to suppress women. It's just, do you guys want to know what the most unhappy demographic is?
What?
I want you guys to guess.
The most happy demographic?
Unhappy.
Unhappy? No idea. I feel like
it's a middle-aged woman, no family. Didn't try put business first, making six figures, like no family. Businesswoman though, like, but on paper it looks nice. Like, oh, she makes her money. She's in her 30 years old. Oh, that's good. And she ain't got no family. That means she can do whatever. She can take a trip whenever. But that's the most unhappy demographic. No kids, no nothing, because women deprive their happiness from family and kids.
Yeah, happiness comes from family and kids. It don't come from money.
But like, you guys keep saying like, society is wiring us one way, but society is actually telling women to push off kids and have a hot girl summer and do your thing.
But that's only because we've been suppressed for so long. We couldn't do that openly and proudly until now.
And I'm glad you actually said that. And that's why I always tell people, like, they be like, how come you have no solution to this problem? And I'm like, there is no solution, because unfortunately y'all fought so long for independence and the opportunity to do whatever y'all want without no, oh, what the hell type of shit. Mm-hmm. That y'all not going back. Y'all fought this hard to get to this point. Y'all not going back. So let me ask you these last two questions before we get into our first video. It's okay. If a guy offered, this is funny. If a guy offered to pay your bills, buy you a car, I'm trying to think, clothes, and give you like some money and stuff, would you take him serious?
I mean, not because he bought me that stuff.
No, like he's clearly simping for you. He's just buying whatever you want. Like, I want this. He's like, okay. He see your wish, your Amazon wish list and shit, and he buys everything on it.
Where are we in our situation?
Oh, he's OnlyFans subscriber.
Oh, it's OnlyFans subscriber.
Yeah, he been getting butt pics from you for a while, some titty pics from time to time, but like now he's sending you a card, doing all this stuff, and then now he wants some sex and stuff. He may not have got sex. Are you taking this guy serious?
Yeah. It's really
this nigga, like you want him to.
I mean, would I take him serious? Like, again, it just all depends. It's back to the whole thing of like, yeah, we don't know what he's really on. Like, you have to get that understanding, that conversation, everything going.
And I am going to be the one to speak on this because I've had a very scary situation with a man that paid all of my bills.
Okay, go ahead.
So I had a situation where I had known this guy for a couple years. We had already previously met. We had previously talked, all of these things. But he was in the military, made buku money.
What is with you girls in the military, niggas? Like, y'all y'all be by Fort Wayne or something, just be like, y'all coming out.
I am standing clear. I will not do it again. I will not do it again.
What happened?
So for about 3 months, this all started back in April of this year. For about 3 months, we were just friends. And
just friends.
No, like we just went to the gym together.
No,
but this is what I mean when I say like guys aren't platonic. They're never platonic. They always want to fuck.
Well, that's not our problem.
That's not my problem.
Yeah, of course. As long as y'all know, because a lot of females are delusional. They be like, "What? My guy friend doesn't want to have sex with me. He would never have sex with me."
I used to be that delusional little girl. I used to be that delusional ass little girl, and then I grew the fuck up.
Well, once I have that girl back on the pod, I'm gonna just show her this because, like, literally, like it's clear, bro. Stop being delusional. Okay, go ahead.
But so for about 3 months, we had already talked about maybe pursuing a relationship, and I was like, well, you know what? Let's see where things go. So this person smokes cigarettes. I am asthmatic. I'm a stoner, but I'm asthmatic, and cigarettes trigger my asthma really bad. Weed doesn't. Don't know why. And the smell is terrible. I used to smoke cigarettes, so it's like it's a lot.
Right.
But he would step out of the car. He would smoke his cigarette. And then he'd come back in, and then we'd go about our day. We'd go to the gym together. We spent literally from the moment I woke up until the moment he dropped me off at home together. My best friend barely seen me. She was upset about it, but she barely seen me.
I understood.
Then he started he was like, hey, how much is your rent? I told him he'd pay my rent. Hey, how much is your phone bill? I tell him he'd pay my phone bill.
Because if you got it, spend it.
Stupid.
It's not stupid. If you
It's
got
not
it,
stupid.
you got it.
And then, anytime I wanted something or needed something, he would just go on ahead. He'd be like, all right, here.
Wait. Before you continue the story, y'all got kids?
No.
Y'all got kids yet? Okay. So if y'all had a son, and he was doing what that dude was doing for you, just buying you hella shit for no reason, would you be happy with your son's actions?
With his actions?
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind. If my son makes the money like that and he really likes this person and he's saying, Mom, I really think I could see a future with her, and I want to show her that if she does pursue
You're not even with the nigga no more.
Well, no, and that's why it was a scary situation.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Okay, you get into this. Okay, continue the story.
What he ended up doing was anytime I wanted something, he'd give it to me. I had both his debit, his credit card number, his social security number, his bank account information, everything.
God
so for
damn.
3 months before we were dating, he was the sweetest person. He'd pick me up. He'd step out of the car. We'd go out to eat. He'd send me money if he just thought I needed it.
I remember. I was so happy for her.
He was paying everything that I wanted, and I never asked him to. I didn't need him to. So the second he was doing it, I was like, okay, you know what? For me, what I've always wanted is that traditional relationship.
Right.
Now, I'm not saying that it has to be that way because not everybody wants that. But for me personally, my preference is I want to be the woman of the house. I want to make sure my husband is good. I want to make sure there's food cooked, the house is clean, the kids are taken care of, my husband's laundry's done.
That's how most women want. As much as y'all be trying to act like y'all don't want it, most of y'all want it.
Not all women do,
Even
though.
the strongest woman, the most masculine woman, she wants a more masculine man than her.
But that's the thing is not all women want men.
Not all, most. Yeah, there's some
and not even most women want men. The men that we have these days,
even the bisexual women prefer to be with long term, be with a man.
It depends on the situation because we have men these days that are not shit. If you want me to be honest, there are so many men.
We say this on that podcast. We
that
say
are
that
not
on this
shit.
podcast all the time.
Right. And so the men that we have now are either bum ass baby daddies, don't pay no fucking bills. They want to leech off of women, and it's not all of them. It's not all of them, but it's a good percentage of them. So while you're saying that most women want that, no, they don't, because most women are so fearful of getting into a situation where they think that is what they want, and that person turns out to be a mooch, a leech, a deadbeat baby daddy. He's abusive. He's this, he's that. So a lot of women, even if they do want that, they won't submit to that because of the fact that the men that we have these days are trash. Mm-hmm. Now, if you had men from like the 50s or 60s, or you gave the stupid men mentalities right now, the men that had the mentality in the 50s and 60s, don't work, I got you, there might be more women that want to be submissive.
And I'm glad that you said that because that's why I say when y'all find that man, you guys go, to him, he going like, y'all say this shit back in the day, they used to slap their women.
That's another
they would have, like I said,
I'll
question not good, but the point is, y'all would have been in check.
No.
Y'all think the women back?
No.
There's a reason.
There was a time
like I said, there's a reason.
I probably would have been dead, but I would not have been.
There's a reason why women are acting more masculine nowadays. Is because, like I said, men are getting soft, and y'all don't even like that, and that's why more women are single than ever before. Like I said, y'all can say, "I want a man. I don't care about feminine women." Most women want a masculine man, and y'all, like y'all say, if we was in the 50s, we would probably be more women, of course, because y'all would want those type of men. Y'all would want a masculine man instead of the feminine men that we have nowadays, and that's a fact. That's a fact.
I said,
but,
if you gave them in these days,
continue your story after you finish that. Go ahead.
So with him, we had a whole 3 months of just kind of talking. Then we decided that we were gonna start dating. And we weren't in like a full-blown relationship, but we were like, okay, let's go on dates here and there. And he asked me, it was another time I got a lot of money spent on me on a date. He spent like almost $1,200 at King Spa. Yeah, remember that? And he also, that same day before we went to King Spa, he went into Target and spent like $600 on me on clothes. Like workout clothes, because I was always in the gym.
Right.
So I was like, okay, you know what? We've been talking for 3 months. Now you want to kind of date and see where things go. Cool. And that day, he flipped the fucking switch. That day, after 3 months of speaking, he flipped complete 360. Now he basically was like, if you don't want me to smoke cigarettes, you could get the fuck out of my car. I paid a fucking car note. And I was like, bitch, who the fuck is you talking to?
Like, who is this person?
Right, like, and then not only that, but then, you know, he got to a point where he
Sorry.
he was actively trying to, like, we hadn't had sex at this point.
Y'all haven't even had sex yet?
No.
He bought all this shit. Y'all haven't had sex yet?
Yes. So,
well, context, when they knew each other before, they've had sex before when they knew.
Right, like previously, like 4 years ago, we had sex.
Okay.
And then we hadn't had sex since.
Damn.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, you know, the day that we started dating or whatever, you know, he kind of flipped the switch. I noticed first by the cigarettes. Then when he would come to my house, I don't smoke it. We can't smoke in our apartment. So I was like, you know, don't smoke in here. Go on the balcony. Oh, well, no, I'm scared of the balcony. I was like, well, then get the fuck out the house and go smoke in the car. Like, I don't know what to tell you. We can't smoke in the house. And what he would do is wait till I was asleep and smoke 3 or 4 cigarettes in my house, ash on my floor, and then flick the cigarette butts on my floor. And then it came to a point where he's like, there was a lot of negative things with him. He lied to me about medical diagnosis. I found out that he was medically discharged from the military. Right.
Oh, Lord.
Your eyes, that's exactly what happened. That's what happened.
And that's not what he said. He said he was honorably discharged.
Right.
And he lied.
Right. And he lied. So everything that I knew from this person up until this point was a lie. So as much as, yes, he did all those things for me, if I wanted to be a stupid pendeja, like a dumbass, and like look past the scary shit, we would probably be together. But the problem is that no matter how much money a man has, no matter what a man does for you, if he cannot stimulate you mentally, if he cannot be there for you emotionally, if he can't even be sane enough for you to be able to have a mental breakdown while he kind of secures you and makes you feel safe enough to have that, and he's the one having the fucking psychotic breakdowns, no, run. Because they'll use that money to manipulate any situation they can. Because they know that they're providing for you. And I allowed him to think that I was financially reliant on him because I started noticing after we started dating, all of the weird shit that was happening. And I just kind of played it out. I went to see if I can look past some things, but they just piled. It just continuously went. So yes, as much as he might have had all this money, and he came to me with, oh, here's your Amazon wish list, here's your Fashion Nova cart, here's your Shein cart, here's your fucking brand new house, here's your car, here's your phone, here's $3 billion. Like, it don't matter what he has. If he's a fucking lunatic, or if he can't treat you right, or if he treats you like a piece of shit, run. Because in the long run, the reason why women now divorce men is because of the lack of respect, because of domestic violence, because they're being abused, mistreated. They're being treated like they're dirt, like they're housemaids, when in reality, when you marry somebody, that's your partner. So as much as, you know, men want a submissive woman that cooks and cleans, when she cannot, that's when a man is supposed to step in and do. You're a partner. You're not a maid. You're not a slave. You're not that person's property. You're a human being as well. So if you want your woman to treat you like a king, she needs to be treated like a queen. You want your woman not to cheat on you, the same way that you say, oh, if you want respect, you have to reciprocate respect. If you want loyalty, you have to reciprocate loyalty. If you want communication, you have to reciprocate communication. If you want love, you have to reciprocate love. Because I'm going to give you all I have in the beginning. I'm going to give you my love, my attention, my loyalty, my respect. I'm going to make sure that if you don't have it, I got it. I'm going to make sure that if you're coming to my house, you have food in your stomach, you have a place to stay, and you have clean clothes. But the second that you break that, I'm done with it.
The thing is, like, you know, when it comes to like stories like that, you know, I'm a man of facts. I like to hear both sides of situations because, like, you know, it is true. A lot of women do be getting abused, and I don't deny it and stuff. And I think it has to do with the part of men being more emotional. You know, a lot of women always say, "You can be more emotional." Emotional men are the men you need to be worried about. Because emotional men are the school shooters. The emotional men are the men who can control their emotions and beat women. Emotional men who can't control their emotions are the ones who act out on their emotions. Men are supposed to control their emotions. Imagine you guys keep saying like, "Oh, be open to me." Da, 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 da. They're gonna be open to you, but a lot of things that a lot of ladies don't like to admit is that openness that they be vulnerable with you about, you guys use that against them sometimes.
And that's
it may not be in y'all, but it happens to a lot of guys.
A lot of women do that,
and a lot of guys also get. It may not be abused physically. Sometimes physically, you see Johnny Depp and shit. Okay. It may not be physically sometimes, but the reality is a lot of men suffer the bad end of most relationships. You know, ladies like to say, y'all. You know, I understand a lot of abuse situations. I understand those situations, but the overall majority of situations is just guys getting fucked. A lot of guys with the woman that they thought that loved them, they go home. Their wife's fucking their neighbor, or their wife's fucking their brother, or their wife's fucking their cousin, their wife's fucking somebody. They got a kid that they're raising that's not even theirs. There's a guy we watched a paternity court. There was a guy who was sent to jail for not paying child support.
And it wasn't his kid.
Yep, got on paternity court. That wasn't even his kid. And that was twice that happened. And it's twice too many times that happened, you feel me?
Right.
So, yeah, you know, there's a lot of victims on a female side because it's easier to see those type of victims. We don't always see the men who dedicated their lives to this woman, her kids, and then even stepfathers who dedicate their lives to some stepkids, and then the mother leaves, and then they have no parental rights to those kids, so they can't even keep their bond. They have to never see that kid again. You know, there's a lot of situations that people don't see both ends of. You know, so that's why I got to get the other side of the story from the crazy guy. And once he may be crazy, I got to get the crazy side of the story too.
He has a clinical crazy diagnosis, so his story
I'm sure
be lies.
Because listen,
just saying.
You know, it's funny if y'all check my YouTube on my Ghetto Podcast thing. I was talking to this girl on TikTok, this woman actually. Mm-hmm. She has this man. She's with this man who he lets her shit piss on her. I mean, on him. Simp ass nigga, yeah, like crazy weird ass dude, right? But
if that's his cup of tea, that's his.
Yeah,
but that's
exactly. But the thing is, he's mentally insane. But she loves this man. So the thing is, like, I gotta get both sides of the stories because you know, I gotta get both sides of the story. But let me ask you this another question before we get into this video. Do you believe a man and woman? Oh, we already answered that. Could be platonic friends, pretty much, and y'all pretty much already answered that. Do you believe y'all could be platonic friends? Like non-sexual, y'all could be friends, men and women.
Yes.
Non-sexual?
Yes.
Yeah, I think that person can want to fuck you. But
No. If he wants to fuck you, it's not platonic.
Why not?
If he wants to fuck you.
But he doesn't. So why would that not be platonic?
It's not the matter. Y'all don't because of y'all, not because of him. If he had the opportunity, he'll fuck you.
Well, I have a lot of platonic male friends that don't want to fuck me and that I don't want to fuck as well.
Are they straight?
Yeah.
And even if that's just as far as she knows, it don't matter.
No.
They never brought it.
So
it's
they don't want to fuck you.
Positive. I literally, one of my best guy friends who's lit as fuck right now on IG, or on TikTok.
The one with curly hair?
Yeah, my personal trainer friend.
Yeah.
I wanted to fuck him. Mm-hmm. When I met him, no? I wanted to fuck him. No, I just never brought it to him because I was sitting there, you know, I wanted a personal trainer.
You're gonna say that's not platonic, right?
Listen,
wait. No, listen. Let me finish the story. So, you know, at one point we had talked about like what our preferences are and things like that. Mm-hmm. But for me, as much as I wanted to fuck him because I saw him and he looked good, yeah, he looked good. But when I met him, he was too much like me. And I was like, you know what? You're just a really good friend, and I don't think there's anything farther than that.
You heard that though? You said that. I bet if y'all were working out one day and he was stretching you and you like and he, you know, you kind of feel him on your back and you rubbed a little bit. Oh, it's game over.
No, absolutely not. I've been in a hotel room with this man naked. I have been in the bed with this man.
Hey guys, if y'all got y'all females with personal trainers, apparently y'all be getting naked and shit.
No, we work together.
Hey guys, y'all better watch that shit.
No. We worked together. We had a conference in Houston, Texas, and we stayed at the same Airbnb. And when I was in the bedroom, I didn't realize that he had his bag in the bedroom, and I had just gotten out the shower. He had just gotten out the shower looking for his bag. I was getting dressed. I was naked. But I've seen this man's dick. He's seen every crevice of mine. And it never... This was before we even had our conversation.
But you have that respect for that person
right.
to not go there.
Yeah, but like but this is what you guys don't understand about men. He doesn't... First of all, he's a personal trainer. Mm-hmm. You're his client.
What's that mean?
So he can't step that boundary to try to hit on you because that's not professional. You say he's lit on IG, right?
Lit on TikTok right now.
Well, TikTok.
Yeah.
He can't compromise anything, especially with TikTok, He can't compromise anything. He can't have any type of rumor. Oh, he fucks his client. He can't have shit coming out. So if anything, he probably will be willing to fuck you. It's just that you haven't given him enough clues. He probably seen that you naked. He like, oh shit, she's down, but he's like, you know what? She texting me. I can't do it yet. I bet you $1 million. I bet you $1 million. If you would have called that man
right now.
Call that man right now. Okay. Hold on. Wait. We gotta preface it though. You gotta do. You want to call him? Okay.
I can text him because I don't want anybody to hear his voice and know him.
Text him. Okay. This is what I want you to say. Be like, hey, what you doing? Or like, hey, are you free right now? Or are you free?
Well, he moved to Puerto Rico, so if I say if he's free, it's.
Be like, when you come back from Puerto Rico.
He moved there though, right?
Yeah, he's not coming back for a while.
He doesn't come back?
No.
Do you go to Puerto Rico?
Not really. I haven't been in a couple years.
Is his family out here?
Yeah.
So when are you gonna visit your family?
Yeah, you're like.
He's gonna see this shit and be like, "That's what you did this for."
Be like, when's the next time you're visiting your family? And like, whenever you get that, be like, I'm not gonna lie. I've been thinking about it. You know,
just say what you.
First time I met you, you know, you're kind of cute.
You
like, you know, I'm sure you be busy and stuff, but I really just want to. I want you to come over whenever you come back in the city. I want to fuck. Or would you be down to fuck?
Make it obvious though.
Make it obvious.
Give you a yes or a no.
Make it obvious, and we gotta show the cameras what you're saying.
I'm like 90%
so we can.
He's gonna say no. So
right, I'm like 100% positive he's gonna say.
You 100% positive he's gonna say no.
So what we betting?
What'd you text?
I just asked him right now if he could text me and when he's coming to visit his family. So as soon as I get a response to that, what do you want to bet? What are we betting, sir?
People, what y'all want
to bet? What y'all want to bet?
Man. That he go, man. I feel like he probably watch. Do you let anybody know that he doing this? Is he doing this right now? Does anyone know? Anyone know he's doing this right now?
Nobody knows I'm doing this right now. And he has an OF.
He has an OnlyFans.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Even better. When he texts back, be like, let's collab.
Okay. I guarantee he's gonna say no.
You think so?
I'm not gonna say I'm 100% positive, but I'm 95%.
Be like, even if we don't collab. Let's still do something. Okay. Let's see what we'll wait till you respond. Let's watch our first video that we got ready. But I can't wait for this. This is gonna be really funny. Cause I don't think you understand, man. I may not understand a lot about men, but I understand my male best friend. Your male best friend.
Yeah.
Okay.
Best friend. Who's my best friend?
This video is from
me.
No, Steve Wilkos.
Oh, okay, I was gonna say me.
Okay, this is Steve Wilkos. It's about an OnlyFans subscriber.
Oh, this gotta be new.
OnlyFans subscriber obsessed.
I haven't seen this one.
Oh,
we're gonna get into his little intro, his quick intro, and then we're gonna skip through it a little bit because he gives a little weird backstory about what he did to her and shit. But let's hear it out.
My relationship with Annika is a little bit complicated. It started off as a friendship, and it turned into something more with her. I met Annika through OnlyFans. I subscribed to her content. I talked to her through there, and then after that, we started talking on social media, and then was able to get her number, help her out financially with whatever she needs. Basically anything she needs and whatever she wants. Annika told me that she usually talks to other men. She tells me most of the time to not worry about it and that it's nothing really intimate, but I mean, I could believe her on that, and I feel like I can trust her on something like that. This one day, we had a bit of a disagreement, and it turned into an argument.
He's gonna get into the weird little story and stuff. But let's get into, like, I'm gonna skip it through to her when she comes out and starts talking and stuff with Steve.
And I was shocked. Simply going over the hood, engraving of a heart along right next to her. That was something that I would never do to her, but it was just to get her off my back. And
so, like,
as long as I could.
When you hear how much Brian cares for you, what do you think?
I mean, I've made myself clear that he's just a customer. I appreciate the financial help, but I mean, I believe it. Yeah. He's acting like it.
You have an OnlyFans page, right?
Yes.
And did you meet him through your OnlyFans page?
Yes, so it was about a year ago, and he subscribed to me, would DM me and stuff, and then I started waitressing at a strip club, and then I started dancing, and he would come, give me money and all that, and pay me for dates and whatnot.
So you told him where you're going to be?
Yes.
Do you regret that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sure.
I mean, I just think in that line of work, you got to be really careful.
Yeah, I know that now.
Yeah.
And I will never do that again. I'm moving.
You're moving?
Yes, I am.
Okay. But Brian, he helps you out, right? Financially, you said?
Yes, so he pays my rent. Every month it is $1,200. He bought me the iPhone 14, the Pro Max, about like $1,300. He co-signed my car, buys me clothes, everything like that. And he also paid me, like max was like $4,000 just to be with him one time.
When you say be with him, what do you mean?
Intimately.
So he paid you $4,000 and then you had sex with him. But do you regret because now he might have think that you're his girlfriend, he's in love with you, you know what I mean?
I mean, yes, but no, because I've said this every day. Like, it's continuously. Right. He'll say, I love you. I'm like, every day, I'm like...
Do you feel bad that you're taking all this money off the guy?
I do, but I don't, because I still am very honest, and I'm like, I don't want anything more out of this. Right. Just financial help.
Right. I didn't mean to cut.
Just financial help. Okay, that's mostly I want to show you guys, and that's what do y'all thoughts about that?
You can go first.
You start with you first.
So, my thoughts on that is she fucked up. She gave him access to her that he should not have had. She gave him access to where she worked, access to where she lived, things like that. If it were me, I'm gonna tell you how the hood would have done it. Okay.
She's a great businesswoman. Okay.
I'm a great businesswoman. I'm gonna keep it business or I'm gonna keep it pleasure. There's not gonna be any in between. Now, if I'm dating somebody and you're the only person I'm fucking, you're the only content I'm posting on my OnlyFans, and nobody else is getting me. But the fact that she told this man on multiple occasions that it was nothing but transactional, and he continued to pay her bills, knowing that it was nothing other than a transactional relationship, he is a dumbass. Because if he sits there and continues to have a conversation with this girl and continues to feed into this little weird-ass delusion in his head that they are in a relationship, that is a him problem, not a her problem. She made it very clear, we're not in a relationship. It's only... sexual transactional relationship. If you're paying me $4,000 to fuck, I'm gonna tell you like this: we are not being in my house. We're gonna go get a hotel. We're gonna pay for that on top of the $4,000, and I'm gonna get what the fuck I want. But
she's like, hey, you can cash that me right now.
No, but she did it in a very smart, business savvy way. She allowed him to pay her bills. She allowed him to pay her car note. She allowed him to do a lot of things while still making sure to specifically tell him it is nothing more than transactions. The fact that he wanted to feed a delusion in his head that maybe if I give her $4,000, she's gonna fuck me. Maybe if I give her $1,200 for rent, she's gonna love me. Maybe if that's a personal fucking problem.
But hey, but let me add this then. Let me add this in. You guys did admit y'all take serious somebody who did all this stuff.
Right.
So is it fair? Is it fair?
No.
Is it fair? Wait. Okay. Is it fair that he probably hears things like similar to this? That's like, oh, I'll date a guy like that. Oh, yeah. Is it fair that he probably hears stuff like this and it reinforces that? Oh, this is a smart thing to do. I can still get her this way.
He can hear that shit from multiple women, but if he's not hearing that shit from that woman, he is delusional. He's creating a delusion in his own head. Now, if it's me and somebody's like, I don't give a fuck what you do on OnlyFans, and I want to wife you, I'm going to be like, prove it. When you start paying my bills, I'm going to give you my 3 Fs. There's 3 Fs. If you are feeding me, fucking me, or financing me, I'm going to give you some sort of respect. Because you're fucking me, and I'm getting fucked good. You're feeding me, and I'm eating whenever the fuck I want to. And you're financing me. I don't have to stress out about bills. And you're not fucking psycho, and I made it clear, and I didn't make it clear to you that it's only a friendship or a sexual relationship or a transactional relationship. If I'm giving that person the opportunity to have a more intimate relationship with me, then that's me taking him seriously. But if I tell you, and I make it very clear, and I'm very specific with you, that if we get off of this platform, this OnlyFans platform,
that will happen.
It's nothing more than a transactional or sexual relationship, and you create a delusion in your own head. That is not my problem. That's your problem. It's a personal problem, and it got shit to do with Nadia, so don't contact me about it. I am not your therapist.
Okay. Caitlin, what's your thoughts?
I agree with everything. That's why I was
You
shaking my
agree?
head like this. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah. Well, I agree. Actually, it's a rare agreement. I believe that it's 100% the dude's fault. The dude's completely
Stupid.
like
Yep.
and
Absolutely.
that's a lot of guys that's sitting there thinking that. And y'all might say this, but the reality is, women don't respect you if you sit there and spend money on them and nothing's happening in return. Like unless you gotta either be able to take her on a date and spend time with her. But if you sit there and get money out of you and you don't really gotta do anything, sitting there posting your OnlyFans, she's not gonna respect you at all. She's gonna just put you in a trick category, and you're gonna be a trick along with the other tricks. You actually have to step outside of that. Like a lot of dudes don't understand that.
You gotta show me something different.
Exactly. But unfortunately, I say social media killed the game because it's like I understand what a lot of guys go through. It being original, showing you something new. It's hard when you have so many past experiences. That's why I tell guys you should try to get a girl who hasn't had such either a bad past or a long past. Like she's been doing a lot of stuff or she had a lot of sex because you probably may not be able to please her. Do you guys know the average dick size?
Isn't it like 6 or 7 inches?
It's like 5.
I was gonna say like 5.5.
It's like 5.
Close to 6.
And and then you hear girls be on the TikTok all the time. Oh, I never have an orgasm, all this other stuff. I be like, that's the thing. I'll be arguing body count and shit. Our body count, we should have a high body count because you should be able to know how to please a woman and
Wait, just men or men and women should have a high body count. Let's get to that because I know you're talking about men.
Only
right?
men.
Yeah.
But hear my explanation. Like you guys do. I'm sure you guys. Yeah, let me ask. Do you guys have problems orgasming? I guess you could say.
No.
With guys, with guys making you do that. Is that a common thing that they do?
Yeah.
Let you do that? Okay, well, a lot of women they don't experience that shit.
Right.
A lot of women don't experience that, and I be telling guys, listen, if you guys, I be giving them personal experience and shit. I be telling them, if your girl gets with a guy like me, she's not gonna go back to you the same way. Especially if you're not putting it down. If you don't have experience, you don't know what the fuck you're doing. By the time you get back to her, she's not gonna fuck with you. And that's why I tell guys, get your body count up, learn how to deal with women, and get a female who doesn't have a high body count so that she doesn't have a lot of experiences past before you that she has to compare you with.
I mean, if their dick game is whack, just say that.
I mean, that's the thing.
But it doesn't
A lot of guys, like I said, 5 inches. A lot of guys don't pleasure women like that.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter the size. It does not matter the size.
Of course. But the thing is, a lot of guys, 1/3 of men are virgins. So a lot of guys aren't even having experience. Either virgins or haven't had sex in the past year. So a lot of guys aren't experienced. Is what I mean. Like they're not experienced enough for you guys may haven't had that, commonly, but most women hasn't. You feel me? Most women are dealing with guys and not having an orgasm throughout their whole life, and then getting with that one guy, getting married, still not having it, and then cheating on that guy. That's what I mean. Like you have to have the best odds. I'm not saying this is impossible to happen if a girl has a low body count.
I was gonna say so the women with whatever you consider a high body count or whatever, so
Higher.
they don't deserve the same satisfaction. They don't deserve the same.
No. I tell guys the best advice is to not date them. You can be cool with them, have sex with them. Like it's not necessarily like their personal value, like
Right,
as
so
a human being, it doesn't go down. It's just relationship. Because if you get with this girl long term and she had a lot of past situations before you, she's gonna think about those. It's gonna be a factor in her life. You guys can act like it don't, but women have sex differently. What you guys have sex, it's like soul ties. You guys, a guy leaves a print on y'all each dude.
But women with high body count, but that's my question though. So like, say my body count is 100, right? We'll just put it real high, right? Right. And so that means that I'm not deserving of a loving relationship or
you can no.
orgasms,
I mean,
because now
you can still have sex.
But here's my thing though, because what if a man, right, with a low body count comes to a woman with a high body count who's experienced?
He's not gonna be able to. He's not gonna be able to sexually satisfy her.
How do you know that?
Listen.
But also, there are guys who get with women like that. At the end of the road, we have Mia Khalifa who got with that baker or chef or whatever he was. He left her because he couldn't deal with her past.
That's a personal problem. Because that's your problem, not mine.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Like most women, I say most women, most men, not all men, most men will have a problem with that. We'll have oh, you have a past,
bye.
That's a
of course, and of course you can do that, but it ultimately goes back to the matter of this is what men want, this is what women want. Men want a woman with a lower body count. Listen, all I say is once a guy finds out he may have a problem with it. It could be 5. Yeah. He may have a problem with 5. He's gonna have a problem with anything. But the higher it is, the more of a problem he's gonna have.
The sky could be blue and a man will have a problem with it. The sky could go purple and a man will have a problem with it. The grass can turn yellow and a man will have a problem with it. My body count is none of your business. Right. If you have an issue with the woman that has been with the man before, that is a personal problem. So go find you a virgin.
Yeah, I mean, listen. Most guys don't understand female nature. Most guys don't understand modern women, and most guys don't understand.
Most guys don't understand women. Period.
Yeah, of course. But the thing is, most guys just think logically. They're just like, okay, she has a lot of guys. She's probably gonna expect more. She probably has more things. I can't show her anything new, like you said. I can't.
Insecurities built up.
Of course. And it goes to the insecurity thing. I have actually one question down the road for that, but I'm gonna wait till later and stuff. But ultimately, a guy doesn't want to get, because whenever divorce happens, breakup happens, the guy always gets the bad end of the situation. Like, you guys may think women get the bad end, the guy gets the bad end. They most likely lose their money, lose their kids, lose their house. You know, like most of the time, the guys gets the bad end of the.
You know what we gain? Trauma. What we gain.
Not all women, though.
Not all women, but a lot of times.
Oh yeah, I can have a sound effect for that.
Emotional damage.
A lot of times, you know, yes, the man will lose out financially, or he'll lose a house, or he'll lose 24/7 access to his kids. But what people don't talk about is, yes, it might be the woman that initiated the divorce, it might be the man, but there will still be a certain trauma that women get left with that nobody can fix.
Men get left with that type of trauma too. It's different though. It's fright. A lot of men who are homeless, they are homeless because of bad divorce, or they lost their wife.
Okay.
They like, and that's just a clear example of how divorce doesn't favor men. Like, relationship, all that stuff does not favor men. Like, you guys may get the back end some trauma, you know, but the thing is, I always say, like, that's why men and women are different. A man who's like 20 years old, 20, 23, whatever, who's living at his mom's house will be looked at as a bum, who just sit there and smoke weed all day. But a woman who's at her mom's house smoking weed all day is not a bum, because a man at any time could take her from her. Like, what keep happening to you? You get a guy sit there, buy all these things for you, who could show you a new life. You know, it's so happening they end up crazy and stuff. But a lot of times, you know, women get swept up off their feet and get a guy who could take care of her and live a nice, happy ever after. Unfortunately, a lot of men don't get that benefit. There's nobody that's going to come on the white horse and save them. So once you lose that woman, or once she fucks the neighbor and divorces you, and you still lose everything, because that's how it works, you're like, there's no, how can you compare the two? Like, it's not even comparable. It's like the guy loses everything most of the time.
But you use an example of, a lot of men that are homeless, some of them have gone through bad divorces. So because a woman left you, can no longer work. Because a woman left you, you can
a lot of times they have to pay child support, and then they got to pay like alimony, and then it's like.
But think about it, you got to
to the point where 70% of their income is going right to you, and then like, and he only got 30. He got to chill. He got to live in his car type shit. You feel me?
But that's the thing is, before you had that money that she is taking, you figured out a way. Mm-hmm. You had a house, you had a roof over your head, you had food in your stomach, you had your car, you had a pot to piss in, you had a little bit of extra spending money. You know, a lot of times a lot of people will use a divorce as a crutch, as an excuse as to why men cannot get back on their feet.
But that's like really saying women gotta get back on their feet. But like, you go through trauma, you gotta get back on your feet then.
But 90% of the women that are single mothers don't rely on a man for shit. Make less than that man and still figure out a way to make sure the roof is over their head, their kid's head, their kid got food in their stomach, their kid gets to school, they make sure their kid is at home sick. If their kid is at home sick, they're not working, they're not making money. But that man is complaining about, I got a divorce and now I got to pay alimony and child support and I got to live in my car. But sir,
I mean, a lot of guys be willing to take care of their kids. You know, they lose in family court all the time, almost all the time. You know, you literally have to catch her smoking crack or some shit with a picture in order to win. Like, guys almost don't win family court.
And that's true. And I personally don't think that is fair, because there's not every woman is the best mother. Right. Like, not every woman is supposed to be a mother. Not every woman has
situations like that where men end up without their kids and without their money. It's because that woman was bitter.
Right. And yes, there's always going to be situations where there are baby bitter mamas. Mm-hmm. But there are also a lot of situations that nobody hears about where there are bitter baby daddies. And I have friends who their baby daddies have literally got divorced. They got divorced. Their baby daddy paid their alimony and paid their child support. And what did their baby daddy do? Their baby daddy quit their job and chose to be homeless because they did not want to pay that woman to be single with their kid. So yes, there is.
Yeah, but like, even that situation like that, you gotta try to understand that guy's like situation. Like, okay, so he's working, now he has to work to pay you. He's not even with you anymore. He has to sit there and pay you.
It's like I'm watching your kid 24/7.
Right, we're doing a job.
I'm making sure your kid gets to school.
But like, what if
your kid has lunch while you get to go to work and go home? I don't get a day off. I don't get a break. You get your kid every other weekend. I sit at home Monday through Sunday 1 week and Monday through Friday the next week with your child with little to no break, making sure that I am the first one up in the morning, that your child has clothes on their back, food in their stomach, and they're in school on time while I get to school. If they call me at home to go get my kid because my kid is sick and throwing up, and they try to call the deadbeat baby daddy, and that deadbeat baby daddy don't want to go pick up their kid because they don't want to see the mom, and, oh, well, she don't want to be with me, she could figure it out. I mean, right? Nobody talks about that.
It's case to case because in a lot of cases, though, it's a woman's using a kid against a guy and he can't see the kid. Like, he wants to see the kid, but she's like, oh, no, I saw you with that girl, da-da-da. You're not going to be able to see the kid, You're going case to case because, but the thing is, you could always bring another case that shows a different story. You feel me? Like, there's no absolute solution to, like, that situation. It's just a reality of both there's
issues on both ends.
It's just both issues on both sides
that women cannot understand
and women
that women don't want to understand. But on the other end, women will never be understood because 90% of men don't want to take the time out of their day to try to take into consideration, why is my girl frustrated with me? Why does my girl have an issue with me right now? Man. What can I do to make sure
all
that
I know is,
ladies,
y'all females, y'all be having mood swings. Y'all just be feeling some type of way.
Y'all be on your periods the same time we're on ours.
But like y'all, it's y'all have emotions. Y'all are softer. Y'all typically can't control y'all emotions. So y'all be sad about things and y'all just want to be hurt sometimes. Sometimes y'all don't even have an issue going on. Y'all just want to be hurt. So the thing is, but like that's when it comes down to like one not understanding the other. The guy probably has to work all day. He probably has a lot of things that he has to focus on. He got to focus on when he want to take you out the next time because the money's low. He got to figure out when he wants to do something with you and the kids because you have to spend some money on this. You wanted to get some dinner, y'all. It's a lot of stuff that men go through that women don't understand mentally. So like we can't sit there and like, oh hey sweetheart, da 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 da. Man has to just. That's why I say man can't be emotional because we have a lot that we have to deal with conquering the world on a daily. That we can't sit there and sometimes we can't sit there and hey sweetheart, let's have a conversation and stuff. You got to just understand that.
Why not? Right, but that's the thing that's where the misunderstanding
But that's the thing. But if you guys end up wanting a guy who's gonna be able to give you all that time, all that love, all that shit, like you said, it's gonna be the bum ass nigga who has the time to do that.
But that's the thing. It has nothing to do with the unlimited amount of time. It has to do with the effort being put forth. So, like you said, you work a long day, you come home.
But you won't understand the effort. That's the thing. Like his effort is probably like coming home and like, giving you a hug and a kiss. And that's his effort because he's tired. He's finna fall over. He's just giving you the hug and kiss. But you wouldn't know that effort because you're too focused on your emotions like, oh, but he didn't give me no flowers. He didn't stop at the store. He didn't do this. You're too focused on what you didn't get instead of appreciating what you have, like a lot of women don't do. Appreciate what you have and understand that he's probably going through some stuff, so he can't show you all that appreciation and love that he wants to because he's conquering the world. He got to pay the bills. He got to do all these things.
But it's not about that. It's about the effort. You come home from a long day. You come in and we say, hey, babe, how's your day? That is me inviting my man to unload his day onto me so that way
but a man doesn't want to do that.
No, it's not that men don't want to do that. It's that men are stuck in this constant cycle of toxic masculinity that they feel that the second they open up about how they feel, that their woman is going to automatically shut down. But like you said, we are in 2022, baby. And as much as you want to sit there and say, oh, well, men can't do that because women use it against them, some women do. But just like not all cops want to be classified as bad cops and not all men want to be classified as abusive, and not all women want to be classified as crazy. Not all women want to be classified as the bitter bitch that's gonna throw your own emotions and what you're feeling in your face. Because as much as you want to say that men can't open up, yes, you can. When a woman is giving you the opportunity and the platform to sit there and say, I want to have a conversation with you and I want you to unload your emotional day or your stressors from the day on me, so that way you know that you have somebody within your security, the person who's going to have your back when nobody else does. That person can understand how you're feeling. Because until you tell me how you're feeling, I will not know. Just like men say, well, I don't understand why women can't just be honest and why they can't figure out where to eat. Because in reality, if we don't know and you're constantly making it feel or making us feel like we can't come to you and say, hey, babe, I really don't know what I want today. Because yes, women are indecisive sometimes, but so are men. But that's the opportunity for women and men to have a clear understanding in their relationship. Like, okay, you know what? If you don't know what to eat, how about I give you 3 names that I'm thinking of and you pick from those 3? That way there's a compromise and you guys are both having that conversation. That way when your man comes home and he's having a stressful day and he wants to sit there and be like, babe, I had the most fucked up day today. Your woman, if she is your woman and she is for you, she's gonna be like, man, babe, sit back. Tell me what the fuck happened because I want to fight Bertha with you.
Listen, okay, I get what you're saying, but what you aren't. That's what I mean. That's my point. What you guys aren't understanding is the guy doesn't want to tell you about that. He doesn't want to sit there and talk about it. That's the thing.
Feels like he can't.
No, it's not that he feel like he can't. It's that he knows you won't understand, and it'll be like talking. Like you guys like to talk when you guys talk about y'all day. Y'all like to just talk. Y'all not really looking for a solution. Y'all just looking to talk. Oh yeah, this. Right. You're not really looking for him to be like, well, you should do this. You should try to do this. You should try not to talk to that bitch at work. Y'all not looking for that. Y'all just looking for an ear. But we guys look for solutions. So he's not finna sit there and go to you like, oh, sweetheart, man, the boss, I might lose my job, because you guys may say, oh, I don't care. But most women, once they hear that shit, once they hear that insecurity, they get dry. They get turned off. I heard women literally say multiple times, oh yeah, I love this guy, but once he cries to me, I completely went dry and I just couldn't respect him anymore. The reality is, guys may say it's okay, but women want a brick wall. They want a guy that they know they can rely on if anything ever happens to. And you guys may be okay with them crying the first time, sure, but it's like breaking a wall down. You can try to put the pieces together with glue and shit, but it's always going to be a little crack. It's going to be permanent cracks.
But that's not a solid relationship, because any relationship that is
there's
solid,
no such listen. No, this is the reality though. There's no such people like love and what is love is nothing but Disney fairy tales. All that shit. Marriage, real relationship is hard work. It's not really happiness. We come home and we put some tea and we just sit there and talk all day about our day.
Right.
That's the Disney fairy tale. But the reality is, the man come home, he's tired, he wants to lay down. The woman, hey, you want to do this? Oh, let's sit here and paint. That's why a lot of guys sit there.
What women is he referring to? Because I ain't never heard no shorty say no shit like that.
Okay.
I don't agree with it.
Because y'all don't date women, and like,
yes, we do.
Do y'all?
Yeah, we do.
I do.
Oh, you do? Mm-hmm. But y'all. I always say when women date women, it's different standards and things that they hold against women than when they date men. Like when you date women, do you care about who pays the bill?
Yes.
You want her to pay the bill?
The person who asked the person on the date.
Okay.
Is paying the bill.
Yeah.
Okay. But
and
like
that's in a male or a female situation.
If I ask you out on a date to go to dinner, I'm asking you to accompany me.
So you're gonna pay for it?
Yes.
Yeah,
and you're gonna speak with me afterward too.
Wait, what?
And you're gonna sleep with me afterwards too.
Shit, if I'm vibing with you and I invite you to dinner,
it's all about dating.
Yes.
It's not about you can be broke.
The vibe is him taking you out on a date and asking you, like, y'all always say vibe, but it's very, very ambiguous. It's like it could be like, oh, he's funny, or it could be, oh, he's really classy and did, it's very ambiguous.
There is such a rip between the way that men perceive women and the way that women actually are. Because you perceive women as being these, like, I don't even know, because the word I'm about to say is not what I mean. But you perceive women as, well, they just inherently want to be submissive. Well, they just inherently shut men down after, they don't pay for a bill.
Or that
but
we can't come up with solutions for y'all problems.
Right. But that's the thing is, as women, as much as men will hate to admit it, women are some of the smartest people on earth.
Exactly.
And some men, because not all men, but some men don't like that, because some men think, for like some of the men that probably cater to this podcast, from what I'm hearing, some men will sit there and be like, well, my woman can't be smarter than me because the second she's smarter than me, she can outrun me or she can run the relationship. But in reality, the one person you want on your team for a relationship is that smart woman. And it is that woman that is going to ask you, how was your day? And it is that woman that is going to try to help you find solutions. Because like I said, you're saying that the second a man cries, that wall's broken down, you're trying to fix it with glue, right? No. Because if you have a solid foundation with your person, whether it be a solid foundation in terms of we're just going to be friends, like you're my best friend and that's it, or it's a solid foundation like no matter what obstacles we go through, no matter what situations it is, as long as you can be honest with me, we can try to repair the situation. But then that includes cheating. But what that means is that now I'm giving you the opportunity to be honest with me, not to step out on me, and to have respect enough for me that if you want to step out, you're going to leave me first. And that's because as much as you want to say that men can cheat with no emotions, men cheat because they're not getting something they want. So that's means... That's not true. Bullshit. That means literally, if I'm not enough for you to be happy with me in the relationship, what you need to understand is,
like, men are very, very simple. Very simple. You feel me? Like, we're very simple. And there's not all these expectations we have out of y'all, not all these things that we really want out of y'all. We just want a submissive woman who's going to be on our path and just going to be genuinely happy, who's going to cook for us, clean, and not going to necessarily be...
And do everything you want in the bedroom, right?
Yeah, I mean, but like this is the thing. Even if she doesn't have experience in the bedroom, you can teach her all the things that she really care about.
Step out if you tell her everything that you want her to know.
That's right. My fault. This is what men and women don't really understand, especially like these dudes out here who acting simpish. Men and women are very dimpish.
Right. Anybody who want to simp over me, we like simp.
Of course. Y'all got OnlyFans. Y'all like that's y'all main clientele.
In person, IRL, in real life, I like a simp. I like somebody who shows me that they want me. And not with money, not with any of that stuff, not with that materialistic stuff. Show me.
So you want to do who's gonna just follow your path? Whatever you say is gonna be done, and whatever you want to do, it's all.
You have to be a mindless robot doing what I.
But that's what a simp is.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
And if that's what y'all think it is, because here's the whole thing.
You guys are thinking robots.
Simp. The word simp is stupid.
The dude we saw in that first clip, that's a simp.
No, he's fucking delusional. He's not a simp. He's
no. That's what you guys aren't understanding. That's a lot of these guys. That's what they are.
No, it's not. That's
y'all
what
only see the good side of it. But like you said, the guy you try to take serious who bought all these things for you, he's a simp. He just doesn't understand it because he has money. But he's still a simp. You can have money and still be a simp. Just like you can have money and still be a trick. They try to say, it ain't tricking if you got it. They say that. Women say that mostly so they can make the simp feel better by tricking on them. It is still tricking. It's still simping. You're giving women money with nothing in return. That's simping. If you're getting nothing in return and you're doing things for women.
What's wrong with that? If that's what you want to do.
You're the only one that's benefiting from it.
Not really
because these men are paying prostitutes to literally sit there and put their dick in their mouth while that man is just paying me because he wants to enjoy my company.
Okay, that's
it's
still
a service.
Okay.
It's like the cuddle,
exactly,
the cuddle
but he's
jobs,
not getting anything from it.
Yes, he is.
He's
getting companionship. He's getting a conversation.
Sure, but like, what?
He's getting your time.
But like,
he's getting your energy.
But that's the point.
The body that he wants to see.
But that's the point. That's what makes them simps because they'll pay you for something that's not actually tangent. Like but no actual vagina. Even if he does pay for his vagina, that's still. You guys don't understand. Guys with game, guys who men actually. My fault. Men who women actually want aren't sitting there paying for pussy. That's what you guys don't understand. Like the men that you guys keep saying like, oh, this man that you guys actually want, the one you're gonna actually be submissive to, he's not gonna be paying for sex. You say that now, but once you meet him, you're gonna realize, oh, you OnlyFans, you're gonna be like, hell no, what the fuck? That's the reality of it.
Here's my whole thing. As long as men think that women can't understand what y'all going through or what y'all think, this will never change.
Right. But look, that's when it goes the whole having sex with other people. You guys will never understand that when we have sex with other women, it's not necessarily like how y'all have sex with other men. Y'all have sex with other men emotionally. We can disconnect.
I can disconnect. Shit.
Not all women though. Not all women, and not even most women. Most women, they will not. Most women, if you be like, "What's up? You want to come over?" They'll be like, you gotta take me on a date first." A lot of women be like, "You gotta take me on a date," or if they actually just really down, they'll come. but that's not as common as you guys may think. Y'all may think it's common because y'all are the ones actually going there, but y'all not the guys sitting there hitting up 100 women like, oh, you down? Oh no, okay. Next girl, you down? No, like there's a lot of I said.
That's just being thirsty. Like if you thirsty, just say that.
But that's
because that's being thirsty.
A lot of men, like I said, 1/3 of men are virgins or haven't had sex in the past year. So it's not that they're thirsty; it's just that they haven't had sex, so they don't know what to do.
So your hormones going crazy. You want it so bad that you're just gonna go get it wherever you can get it from whoever.
That's called a lack of self-control. Because if you can't control yourself enough not to go sleep with some random bitch just because she's there and available for the time and opportunity, then you have no self-control, and I have no respect for you. Because I'm not gonna sit there and be like, oh, you know what? I want a nut right now. So you know what? Tom, come here. Let me fuck you really quick because it's convenient. As much as you say that women are emotional, yes, we're emotional, but so are men. And as much as you want to say that men can detach, but men also have their same aspect of having that woman that they detached with and keeping her around. And keeping her around to make that other person, is that me?
Yeah, sure, Mom.
Keeping them around, and that makes that person's main priority, that person's main chick or top, bottom bitch, whatever the fuck you want to call her, that makes that person uncomfortable. So you say you love your woman at home, and then you go fuck another woman, right? And then that woman, you're thinking that you're disconnecting. That woman already created an attachment to you. So now you created an attachment with somebody else that gives that person the opportunity to come to your girl and make your girl look stupid.
Listen, and that's why I say honesty has to come in before all of that. You need to be honest with the girl you're going to be sleeping with. You need to be honest with your girl that you're with. You have to make sure there's understandable boundaries and understandable, like, you know, what's the word I'm trying to look for? Pretty much you working in parameters. So you're not going to sit there and disrespectfully, I'm making love to another woman. That's not what's going on. If the woman's sitting there like I said, y'all can't have sex undetached. Most of y'all. Some of y'all maybe have sex like without feelings attached and shit, but that's not most women. And that's just, you got to be honest about that. So even if I be like, for example, me, if I'm trying to have sex with a female, it doesn't necessarily mean like, I'm not attached to this woman I'm having sex with. She's not attached to either, because I always let the girls out before anything, personally. But that's why I tell guys, be honest with the girls and be ahead of time, so the girl doesn't create too much attachment to you that you're going to be smashing. So she understands, okay, this girl I could probably just smash from time to time, sleep with from time to time. Nothing serious. But most women won't understand that.
Back to your marriage, ruin it, can still come back to your relationship or ruin it.
No, how so?
Because the second that you step out with somebody, right? And you are with somebody and people see you, that creates a negative image for your girl. The second that you give another woman the opportunity to come to your girl as a woman, whether or not you told your girl what you're going to do, your girl's still going to look stupid to the public eye. Whether or not you're telling Shorty not to gain feelings or catch attachments, Shorty is gonna do that. You're saying, like you said, if you're saying that women are emotional beings, no matter what you tell Shorty, that's your side piece,
right?
She's gonna still create an attachment.
But yeah, listen. That's why I say it's only gonna be a problem if you're not living in your truth. A lot of guys, unfortunately, have to live in a lie, sitting there. I'm monogamous. I don't ever sleep around. LeBron James is the nicest guy in the world. You know he sleeps with other women. The reality is, if you're living in your truth, you're gonna be able to be. That's why a lot of famous people get NDAs. That's the thing about it. The woman is not going to be coming back to you if you already, that's like a girl coming out and be like, yo, Nick Cannon, what the fuck? You impregnated me. And it's like, girl, I already told everybody you're pregnant.
But most
type
people
shit.
aren't celebrities, so
But the point is, if you're already saying, oh yeah, I sleep with other women, and then the woman tries to, he's slipping me, it'd be like, duh, I mean, he makes it clear that he sleeps with other women. And his woman knows that too. So it wouldn't necessarily come back as anything negative. If anything, the woman that he slept with would come back looking,
that's what I mean.
looking like stupid. Yeah,
but that's a lot to deal with.
But that person deals with that. Like no one else deals with that unless that person's like weird enough to like make it a problem out of nothing that's not there. Like,
what if you're in a relationship and you start the relationship and you're okay? You sleep with other people, cool. I understand that. I respect it. I'm gonna be with you. I love you no matter what. But then that person that he sleeps with, one of the girls or whatever, she comes back to you and you finally have to face that in real life.
And that's what
did I sleep with a girl?
Yes.
No, the girl that you slept with.
is now facing your woman.
The girl that
so
you
now
slept with.
I'm your woman.
I mean,
and the shorty you slept with, now I have to face that.
And then what if you thought you were so okay, and then it comes to you in real life in your face, and you don't know what to do, and now you feel different?
A girl that I slept with before was on my podcast, and my girl was like producing it.
That's what's up. That's y'all.
Right.
But that's a point. Once you're living in your truth, nobody can actually use anything against you, and like everybody understands everything. Like it's like
But
she can really like
so
try to hold
think
anything.
That you're cool with it. You could love somebody so much and think that you're okay with it, that you're gonna be okay with it until you're really in there in person and like this person's coming at you crazy. Like I love this man. I'm impregnated by this man. Da 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 da. All this stuff. What do you got to deal with about like that? Like you could have he's sleeping with all these women and stuff like that. There's gonna be a night where he's drunk, he slipped up, or he doesn't feel like wearing a condom, and he can impregnate.
But
her.
that's
She comes
that.
back.
I'll say that only happens when guys are lying about the shit because a guy
happens.
who's listen. This is truthful. Like I said, guys risk everything in marriage and relationships. Like that's just the truth. So if I'm gonna be in a relationship and I'm telling her everything, I'm clearly want to be in boundaries so that I don't do anything stupid. You feel me? So I have more respect for her that she's letting me live in my truth. That I'm not gonna do anything stupid. It's like he already. You know what's that? It's like saying like you already got enough. You being greedy at this point. Type shit like, oh, I already let you sleep with other women. Now you're gonna sleep without a condom and shit. Now you're over here coming to girls. That type of shit. Of course, but that happens to guys who are lying to their women. Like Dirk in India type shit.
I mean,
come on, like, how? I mean, like, come on, now. It's not that common. It's not that common.
It's actually very common. My friend got pregnant.
It's just not spoken
from a condom being broken and her birth control.
Okay, but the point is, condoms don't break most of the time.
Condoms break a good amount of times.
It can, but most of the time, which is like, what is it, 90%, 99%? It's not gonna break, or it's not gonna have a hole in it unless you put a hole in it.
And then you're that 1%, and now you
Of
impregnate.
course, like I said, you take all measures you can. All measures you can. Be as safe as you can. That's that.
You want to know the safest measure? Not doing it.
Okay.
That's the safest measure.
Listen,
that's
but
that's that you're
like
not
I said, but that's speaking from a female's perspective. Because, like I said, we're different.
Okay, so then in that same token, right?
Yeah.
We're different, and I'm a type of female that I can detach. I can go ahead and fuck another nigga, and I can detach. So, are you gonna be okay with me going to fuck another nigga because I can detach?
Personally, or like how I advise a guy. Personally, I probably wouldn't be with you personally because I wouldn't get it with women who can have unattached sex.
Okay.
Because that could ultimately cause problems down the road in our relationship. You at the home bored alone. Anything can happen.
Did you just say that? Okay, so then you sleeping with other women can also
it's different.
No, it's not different because that act of you sleeping with other women can potentially cause issues in your relationship in the future.
No. This is what you don't understand. You sleep with other men will cause issues in a relationship. You can have a kid with this nigga and have me raising a kid that I'm thinking is mine, and it's not mine the whole time.
So my point was completely invalid because you can go and get some girl pregnant and she can come back and y'all have to raise it.
No, but the thing is, I would know it's my kid. You wouldn't. I mean, no, I wouldn't know I wouldn't know it's my kid. I mean, listen. I would think it's my kid if I'm with you and you're sleeping with other people and you can put the baby on me, have me raising a kid, and have me thinking like being oblivious the whole time. But if I knock up another woman, I will know that that's my kid.
But, okay, so
how would you know that though? Because that other woman, you don't know that's your kid unless you get a paternity,
you want to talk about
paternity test.
Statistics? How many times does that really happen? That women are that
but let me,
that crazy.
But that's the thing. Women do that all the time. Actually, women have to do that with Drake, with Chris Brown. It happened with regular. No, I'm bringing up examples. But the thing, it happens to regular guys all the time. That's why it'll be one nigga having 5, 6 baby mamas. They be trying to think they can change this man. They be trying to trap this man. It be all different reasons that they have all babies by one man. They all want that one man, and they all try to do different reasons why. Rather it's trapping, rather it's I can change him. It's he fed me a dream. It's all different reasons, but the ultimate point is that, like y'all use these situations against guys sometimes. Y'all try to look at both sides. Like you got to be real.
Yes, you got to be real. I'm the type of person that I've always been interested in polygamous relationships, but I also have the same understanding that what I like, somebody else may not like. Personally, the only way that I'm going to allow my man to have another woman in our relationship is if I approve of her. Because of the simple...
That's your girlfriend too.
Right, and that's my girlfriend too. And that's because now my husband has an understanding with me that yes, he can fuck her, but she's also mine to fuck as well. So now you're not just fucking random women. Now you're fucking somebody that we both have a connection with. we both have feelings for, and we both have that mutual respect to be like, all right, we have an understanding that this is what's going to happen.
But you're going to say that's different because she's a woman, right?
Right. Because it's not
Listen,
my
I mean,
but
listen, it's most women don't, like you guys got to understand, y'all, like a lot of women, you guys do this, you guys look at the world in your shoes instead of realizing, because I'm speaking on generalities. What most women do, what most men do, and what most women want, what most men want. Most women don't want to have sex with men unattached. If you would ask them who do you want to have sex with, they probably want to have sex with their boyfriend or somebody they find extremely attractive.
Okay.
Most women don't even want to have one night stands, and someone will lie about having one night stands. It's a big reason why women lie about their body count all the time. Like you guys know, it's just inherent. It's just inherent thing.
Body count all the time because y'all judge us upon our body count.
Because you guys know exactly, but that's the thing.
Determine our value upon that shit.
It doesn't determine you guys' value as a human being, but it affects you guys' relationship value. That's the thing. Like it's just inherent in us.
Okay, so if that's the case, then that same token, men who have hella bodies, that affects my relationship value with them. Yeah. Men who go out and have sex with multiple women, knowing they have a girl
this is
at
how
home,
we're different
that affects
because
the value relationship with them.
A guy with a high body count, a lot of past ladies, is more attractive. That's what I mean. Like we're different. We're completely different. We're not that attracted to you guys' past. That's why a guy probably hasn't been like, how many guys have you slept with? You slept with a bunch of guys? Oh, that's crazy. He's not going to be excited about that. But you guys are probably interested in the guy's past, especially if he has a past. It's just if you know about it.
But like the thing is,
let's be real. If a guy told you he had 100 bodies, would y'all break up with him?
No.
Exactly.
But it's not because of how many bodies he's had.
Why do I have to get broken up?
Most guys will break up. I'm sorry, but that's just the truth. Most guys will break up with you. Most guys have a problem with that. They'll be thinking like, why did you do this? How did you do this? When did you do this? Why did you do this?
Because it's a double standard.
Yeah, it's a double standard. Pretty much, it's double standard.
That's a double standard that some men can live by. But just because some men want to live by this really weird, fucked up or I guess rationale that, you know, women have to be a certain body count, or women have to look a certain way, or women have to be submissive, or women have to do this. That's why there is such a divide in politics, religion, in the community of men and women in general.
But how about this? Y'all standards just like, you know, because like I be debating this stuff on TikTok all the time because like, you know, y'all would get mad, but you got to realize that's just a preference. Women prefer a man who's tall, strong.
I do.
Good looking. Like you may not. That's the thing. Like, you got to understand. You may not, but most women will sit there and be like, "Oh, you check all the boxes. You're cool. You got money. Oh, cool."
See, that's why I can't speak
but you're 5'8", and I can't deal with you. And like that's what a lot of girls do. And that's why I say like you guys don't understand. A lot of guys are invisible to most of y'all. Like a lot of guys are invisible. Their pain, what they go through, is invisible. You guys focus on the top tier men who sit there and can afford to have mental issues because they have money to block it off that you can't even notice it because they have money to throw and all these things they provide for you that you don't notice it. But the regular guy gets dismissed all the time who could be nice, sweet to you. That guy gets ignored in the DMs all the time.
Sometimes. But that's the thing.
A lot of times.
No, that's the thing. It's sometimes. And the reason it's sometimes is because men and women both know that there is a chance that they can have anybody they want, or there's a chance they can have nobody that they want. So if a man is a nice guy and he goes into somebody's DMs and she says, you know, sorry, but I'm not interested, that is your cue to put your big boy panties on, pull them up nice and tight, tuck your little balls in there, make sure they're comfortable, and go approach another woman.
I'm glad you said that.
Because
let me ask you this, though.
Okay.
You said that the girl can say that to us, right? How many times do the girl actually say, oh, I'm not interested? How often is it that the girls be like, friend zone that nigga for 5 years and let him think that he can have an opportunity? Do y'all be telling the guys, oh, we're not fucking before y'all be friends on them?
Yes.
You do?
Yes.
Yeah. You do too?
Yes.
Most women don't.
No,
most guys are in friend zones.
Most guys are the women that don't.
No.
You only hear about the women that don't. No. You don't hear about the women that will literally sit in a man's face and be like, look, I think you're cool. I want to be friends with you, but that's it.
The reality is they'll just assume that the guy enjoys her company and that they're friends and stuff, and the guy's like, oh, I want to smash and stuff, but he's not gonna tell her, and then she put him in the friend zone, and then they prolong a friendship for 5-10 years, and then the girl, oh, you know, I had a crush on you, and the guy's like, oh, I did too, and they get together and shit. It happens all the time. The reality is that they friend zone these guys who are the good guy for them, but they'll never tell them that they are not interested in them. They just string them along so that they can still get things from them.
So you
get
just
things out of
contradicted
them.
yourself in that statement because you said that a man and a woman could be friends for 10 years or 5 years, whatever.
He
whatever
still wants to
number
have
you
sex
said.
though.
Right, and you said that the woman can come out and say, "Oh, well, I had a crush on you." And he could be like, "Oh, well, I had a crush on you too." That's where the lack of trust comes in. That's where the lack of understanding on both sides of the spectrum, both men and women, come in. Because as human beings, we should be unapologetically truthful, period.
Yeah, they should,
Whether
but
that
we're
is
not.
you telling your girl that, I'm going to sleep with girls, but I'm going to be respectful of you. Or whether that's a girl saying, you know what, if that's what you want to do, that's cool. But that's why there's such a stigma, because women feel like they can't friend zone a man without any repercussions. Mm-hmm. And men feel like they can't be honest with a woman about how they want to feel or how they want to fuck because they're feeling repercussions as well. Now, in both aspects, that's fucked up. Yes. It's fucked up that men can't be honest with who they want to be and that women feel like they can't be honest with what they want to be or how they want the situation to be. But that's why until we get to a point where men can sit down and have emotional conversations with women, and men can sit down and be like, this is how I feel, and break it down for a woman that they want to be able to understand them, and same with women being able to state exactly how they feel, express exactly what they want without being judged by a man. That's until that happens, where a woman doesn't feel like she's going to be judged by a man and a man doesn't feel like he's going to get all these weird repercussions for being honest about how he feels to a woman, nothing will ever fix itself. Because your situation works for you, but your situation does not work for everybody else.
I understand that. But I always say it will work for you if you work on yourself. You feel me? Like, as much as women like to say they won't tolerate that stuff, I think they will tolerate it if you are working on yourself. If you are somebody that they truly love and respect, they will be okay with you doing it.
I can love
being
you, but
on
I
your
can love
path.
you from a distance.
Mm-hmm. You say that.
No,
say that.
it's not saying it. It's actuality. Because same situation. And we're going to put it in terms of family. If your family is constantly disrespecting you or constantly doing something you don't like.
But like that's the thing. You're assuming that they feel disrespected. What if they understand the situation? They understand.
Right.
Look, what if they understand that? Okay, like let's just use the real example. What if a woman understands that their man is not going to leave them? They understand that their man will sleep with up because most men cheat. As much as y'all, men don't cheat. Most men are going to cheat. If you look at the divorce numbers, look at the reasonings. Clearly, niggas are out here cheating, especially in their marriages. The reality is, once women understand that men are prone to have sex with other women, and they can do that without losing love for their main woman, that's when women will be more happier in their relationships. Will be able to truly understand their man, because y'all keep saying that men don't understand y'all. Once you guys will understand that your man can sleep with another woman and still love you like the same way that he did before, that's when relationships will actually work. Relationships aren't working because, to be real, it's the ego of women thinking that men should be monogamous and not sleep with other women, going against their actual biological nature, when you guys can live with y'all hypergamous biological nature. That's the reality of it. I just think it's not. I think it's
biological nature.
Women are hypergamous.
Okay.
They all date up. Y'all seek better. Y'all get a richer man. Y'all get a better looking man. Y'all get a taller man. Y'all get a stronger man. Y'all, but it's not to knock y'all. It's just reality because women need to survive. You guys need to survive for millennium. Y'all just how y'all always work. And men typically want to spread their seeds far and thin and wide. Women want the best man. Men want as many women as they can. That's why kings have multiple women, and queens usually stay loyal to their king. It's just our biological. It's our nature. It's our nature. It's just that 2022 is trying to change things, make us more equal. When the reality is, we're not the same. We're different. And once you guys are understanding that we're different,
we can be different equals at the same time.
No, we can't. That's like being a tall, short guy. It's like you're either.
No, that makes no sense. You can't add
No,
that.
because if we're different, then we're not equal by definition.
But you can equate.
We
that
can
to
have
being a
different
tall,
We
mentalities.
have equal rights, equal way of lives, but we are different in every, like the way we think, the way we look at the world, the way we receive the world is different. Like I can't start an OnlyFans and make nothing. I'll probably have some some gay guys on my shit.
Not equal. That's what I'm not understanding.
You said what?
Why do our differences have to make us not equal? Because why can't we be different and learn from each other? We don't have to be the same.
We would never learn from each other until we accept that we're not the same. It would not. It's not that we're not. Not that anyone's better than the other.
Right.
It's just that we're here for different reasons, and we are different. We're just different. X and Y. One's different and one's the other. Like you like tall, strong men who make money, who has not maybe not all clout, but has some status or whatever. Man, it want a beautiful young woman who's not annoying, who's going to be on his path, and he can take care of. That's just the difference to how we think.
But it's because men look at women as these little damsels in distress, like we need.
And half of us can conquer the world quicker than a man can with less collateral damage. If you want to be honest,
like y'all wouldn't be here if it wasn't for us.
Literally.
I mean, we wouldn't be here for each other because y'all need. No.
It wouldn't be y'all wouldn't be here if women physically could not carry y'all. Men could not all they want, but if a woman cannot carry y'all can't make kids. Y'all would not be here without a woman.
Listen, that's true. But then we gotta acknowledge the truth about the world then, because a lot of the conveniences that we enjoy, chairs, all this shit, y'all didn't create.
Actually, matter of fact, women have created a good chunk of all of these little inventions that we have here.
90% of the infrastructure that holds the world together is controlled by men. As in, like
90% of the infrastructure that was created by men.
They have a wife, but
no. It could be a business partner. It could be a person in general.
What men fail to realize is that, yes, the infrastructure on paper was created by a man. Mm-hmm. But a lot of the things that they don't tell you is that a lot of these inventions that they have now, that they claim from the white man that claimed it, a lot of these investments came from minorities. This country was not built on men. It was built on the back of slaves. This country was not built. The infrastructure, right? But no, like the infrastructure was built on the back of everybody else.
Right.
You're naming the fact that men have created these inventions, but who was the person that told that man about the invention? Because there is an invention, peanut butter. The person that they said made peanut butter wasn't the person that created it. It was actually a black slave.
You want to know what's funny? The reality is, I think I understand what you're trying to say, because a lot of the conveniences that women enjoy, especially, was created by a man. Especially like tampons and shit.
That's not a convenience. That's toxic to us.
Listen, the point is, yeah, there may be a woman behind them telling them these things, but the thing is, we are the ones creating these things for you guys' convenience. You feel me? Like, we're creating it for you guys' convenience.
For y'all, so you don't have to see us bleed out of our vaginas and have to deal
with
it.
Every invention that was created for women by men.
Suppress us and make us feel weird about our bodies bleeding that we never even asked for.
Victoria's Secret, the creator of Victoria's Secret's name was Victor. He was a man. So the vagina lips of the Victoria's Secret underwear is created for a man's appeal. Bigger women cannot have those underwear from Victoria's Secret because we have fat poom-pooms, you feel me? And them little ass lines don't cover.
Women are actually supposed to wear white underwear because that's what's
and
best
cotton
for our
underwear
vaginas to breathe. But
men like satin.
Yeah, they like satin.
They like lace.
Like black. They like red. They like pink.
Heels were made by a man, and heels is one of the most uncomfortable products for women. Mm-hmm. Thongs were created by men, and they're one of the most uncomfortable products for women.
Listen. I understand that you guys don't appreciate the inventions. I get it.
It's not that we don't appreciate them. It was not that we don't appreciate them. It's the fact that these inventions were not made for us. They were made for y'all. The inventions that you're saying were made for women because, we made tampons and pads.
Get weird about they girls. Like, say I'm in my man's bed, right? And I got my period overnight and I bled in his bed. Do you know how many men act weird as hell? Kick the girls out. They treat them like shit. They call them out their name. Everything just for bleeding out of their vagina.
Which is a natural thing, which happens all the time.
But those are the dudes who don't typically understand women. Like I said, you guys. Like, these days, a lot of women are sitting here trying to get with guys that y'all are biologically not even attracted to. Y'all try to get with bum-ass niggas. Y'all try to get with guys who, he looks good, but he lives at his mama's crib all day and he doesn't do shit. He has no job. Like, a lot of women get with these guys that they know aren't shit, but they have these attractive traits. Like, regardless of what you guys think, the reality is...
Because God forbid we date somebody we're actually attracted to.
The thing is, y'all think y'all are attracted to these type of dudes, but what y'all are,
No, we're attracted. You just said it.
Listen, y'all. No. Yeah. Y'all are attracted to them, but those aren't the best guys for you. That's what I'm trying to say.
Okay, so the best guy for us is the guy that
it's most likely to be the guy that you're not attracted to. It's gonna be the guy you're not attracted to. That's the best guy for you. It's gonna be the guy that you're not attracted to.
Shit, you got me.
That's why they. I'm gonna just hint at this, but that's why they did arranged marriages at other places. And they always, and if you look at the numbers, as much as of course, there's abuse shit going on, like a lot of white, gray areas. But the ultimate point and ultimate result was that it's less divorce, there's less problems in those type of relationships because the guy is picked from their father. The father picks the guy he's gonna be with. Yeah, I know. It's the reality of it.
No.
Yeah, I'm not saying, let's do arranged marriage. I'm just saying why.
Arranged marriages were only brought up because poor farmers that couldn't afford to live had to sell something. So what did they sell? I have 2 daughters and 1 son. My son is going to be the only thing to keep my name. I'm going to sell my daughter because she's my property. Women have always been looked at as property. So as much as you want to say arranged marriages were because it made it easier, no. Arranged marriage was only in place because women were valued as property. Women were not valued as humans.
Listen, back in the days, it was a completely different time too, because you got to realize that they did it mostly to combine families and combine resources so that people could survive. Like I said, it was a completely different time back in the days. Like you often didn't have resources to live the next day, to live the next week, or live winter. So how would you be able to survive? Okay, their family over there, he has a son, and they have some pigs and stuff. We have sheep. How about you guys? How about we give our daughter? And he has a nice son. He's a nice guy. He's not abusive and stuff. Let's get our daughter to marry his son, and then we could combine our resources together, and we could be a more resourceful family. That's the ideology behind it. It's not necessarily like, oh, she's property. Let's just throw her away like she's a dog and stuff. The idea behind it was to necessarily just survival because it was a different time. That's why a lot of things that happened back in the days is immoral because we can't look at it the same way as we can nowadays because it's a different world. But let me ask you this question then we get back on topic so we can get to these last couple of videos going through because we haven't been going on for a minute. Mm-hmm. Oh my God. Okay, yeah, hell yeah. Okay. All right. Okay. And I want y'all to be for real. When a girl says that she's trying to find herself or explore myself, explore my things that I like, what do you mean? What does she mean by that?
In what terms? Is she telling a man that, or
like
is she like friend zoning him and telling
like
telling
she's
him
breaking
that?
up with this person and she's like,
or like
she's letting him down.
Or she's getting with a guy and she's like, oh yeah, I did this period to find myself and da da da.
Majority, she's letting that person down easy.
Yeah,
but in some situations,
no, but like, I don't mean like my fault. I meant to ask, does that? I was trying to find myself, all that stuff. Does that mean that she was going through a whole phase? Is that whole phase included in that?
Not
necessarily.
It could.
Sometimes. For some women, finding themselves means that they're going to fuck whoever the fuck they want to fuck, and they're going to do it multiple times, and their body count is going to skyrocket.
right.
But for some women, when they say, I'm going to find myself, they're really taking that time to step out of a relationship, out of friendships, out of situations that are potentially destroying them mentally and their mental health to be able to come back 10 times stronger than they were. So that way, what was breaking them previously isn't going to break them now.
Okay. So should a relationship be based solely on trust or boundaries in a way?
If there's no trust, there's no relationship, in my opinion.
You think so?
Yeah.
And trust? Okay. That's y'all. Do you believe in a girl's trip when in a relationship?
Yes.
That was obviously synchronized too. Okay.
Why you just give us that look? Now I want to know.
Well, we kind of know how he thinks,
right?
Well, with a lot of guys' answers that y'all been giving so far, I already figured y'all was gonna say, yeah, of course, So
but there's a thing when it comes to girls trips like that. There's 2 types of girls. There's girls that are gonna be respectful of their man and actually just enjoy being with their girls and having a good time and dancing with their friends.
Girls so that you're not there, so I can fuck who I want to fuck.
Right.
We go.
And there are some women that go because they're like, this is a hall pass. I can fuck who I want. He ain't never gonna find out.
Right.
But the majority of women that go on girls trips are not going to fuck somebody else. They're going to genuinely have a break from just their everyday life to hang out with their friends and relax and have a good time and drink and get fucked up and not having to worry about another nigga being around. 9 times out of 10, when women go on girls trips, they're not worried about the nigga. They're worried about the next shot they're getting.
That's true.
And they're worried about the next drink they finna have. And they're worried about the next butt they gonna
Stop
get.
the cap. Stop the cap right now. Stop the cap.
Okay, listen. Okay, y'all maybe listen. And I'm glad that you gave that number too. 50% this and 50% that. Yeah, that's not good numbers.
I didn't say
50%. No, you said 50% chance. You say you can get 50. You know, you might get a girl who's gonna. You said it's a 50-50. You might get a girl who's gonna be like, oh, I'm not gonna do anything, and then you might get a girl who is gonna do something. But that's the thing. That's not a good percentage.
But that's the same percentage as you're gonna get a good ass nigga or you're gonna get a deadbeat.
Yeah, but
that's a 50-50 chance that a woman is willing to take. So why is a man not willing to take that with a woman?
Ooh, but that's the thing. Y'all got to take a step back though. That's why. That's why I say, y'all not gonna like this. I say when women get with deadbeat niggas and shit, that's their fault. They get with these niggas who ain't shit. The nigga who left them and shit. That's their fault.
Not necessarily. Sometimes yes, but you know what?
I've been in both situations. So I can speak on this shit. That's not true at all.
You don't got a kid? You got a kid?
But I'm saying, as far as like somebody, a man can sell you a dream.
Right.
Tell you that he's.
Of course.
They don't even gotta deal with kids. It's the whole fact of. A man can lie to you, sell you a dream, tell you that he's gonna be this man for you, provide for you, do whatever. Or
I understand that, but ultimately, that's where learning comes from, and that's how you avoid making that same mistake again. You got to take it in as a L. Like, okay, I missed these red flags, I missed this. That's my fault. So the next time it won't happen again. Like that's a lot of problems I see with a lot of women that get in these situations. They keep getting in the same cycle. Y'all be thinking that y'all know what's a good man and shit. A lot of women don't. And don't get me wrong, there's not a lot of good men out here to show what a good man is. Right. You feel me? Mm-hmm. But ultimately, a lot of men are getting with niggas who ain't shit, and they know they ain't shit, but they're just hoping that could change them, or they did this red flag, but I'm gonna overlook it because he's doing this and the third. You stick everything with like, okay, that's not good. Okay, that's not good. I don't like that. You got to change that, or we can't work. Once a lot of women start moving like that, y'all start getting with niggas who ain't shit. That's the reality of it.
But you want to know something? Women want to be kept and save hoes. So we be trying to save y'all hoes. I ain't going to lie.
And I know y'all do. And I'm glad that you said that. That's true. That's how a lot of women get with. And I'm glad y'all don't have kids, but that's how a lot of women end up single parents because they try to get with a guy. They try to change that nigga, knowing damn well that nigga ain't shit. Like, he literally ain't shit. But they'll be like, they'll try to make, a woman who's like, oh, he hits me, but, I try to overlook it because he's so nice when he's nice. And it's like, once a guy shows you red flags, something like that, especially, you leave. First instance, you leave. Always leave. But a lot of people will get in these situations and then resolve themselves of responsibilities. Like, oh, I didn't see it. It's not my fault. It was a red flag. I didn't see it. It's not my fault. It's your fault. You picked the guy.
See, yeah, but sometimes it's harder because I feel like it all starts at home, though. Like, it all depends on how you grew up, where you came from and everything. So if
what you saw as a child.
Yeah, if you saw that in the home and you saw your dad beating your mom, you gonna think that's okay.
I agree. I agree.
With your dad, so you was like, let me just work this out. Maybe I could fix this one.
I agree, and that's what and a lot of ladies always try to think I be holding their feet to the fire when it comes to like single motherhood and all that stuff. But I only say that so that y'all could be like, okay, this nigga's talking shit. I'm not gonna be this shit because ultimately I want women to stop letting these crazy ass niggas be by kids and stop having kids by these niggas who aren't good to be around kids. You feel me? Right. Because what you guys see should not be actions of a father and shit. Right. But a lot of women get with men like this because they think, they ignore things, they see things, and they're like, fuck it. He's good when he's good and stuff. They get hit one time and they're like, oh, he's not gonna do this again.
Right, or even if when the kid comes, maybe he'll be better.
Yeah, exactly. Like, oh, I can put a kid on him and maybe he's gonna not hit me again.
Maybe it'll keep him. Maybe
exactly, and it's a lot of. I try to be hard on women so y'all could be like, okay, reality is that's not gonna change them. These niggas aren't gonna change. Men don't change for women ever. Like, that's a reality. Men don't change for women. Like, they're either gonna change.
They want to change.
Exactly. They're either gonna change or they're not. That's why I say you can't build a man up. He's either already built and he's gonna do something, or he's not built and he's not gonna do shit. That's the reality of it. But let's get into this second video that I got for you guys related to the whole the boundaries and marriage and shit. Y'all, this is funny. This is actually a really funny video I got for y'all. Oh shit, I reload.
Felt that.
Sad. It's really sad. But okay, let's check it out. This is a married woman, by the way.
A married woman?
I just got married today.
Wait, hold on. So is love worth it?
Fuck no. I'm single in Miami. Who cares?
You got married.
I got married to one of my coworkers, actually. If you want to find yourself, live in Miami. But if you want to get married, get the fuck out of Miami.
Just comment. Finding yourself as like a whole phase? Or what is that?
All of the above.
Oh, really?
I just got married today.
Wait, hold on. So is love...
This setting women back so fucking far.
I mean, like, yeah, like, I don't say... Like whenever women have boundaries or like submission, they think like the worst of the worst. They think slaves and all this crazy shit. Boundaries is just to protect you and protect what you have, the relationship. Why would I say you got a Lamborghini, best locking system? Would you pocket it or block?
No.
Exactly. So why would you have a beautiful woman, some woman that you really cherish, send her to fucking Miami or send her to the club by herself?
Because if you trust her to know that she's not gonna do nothing, you have to take that.
I trust my car too, but I don't trust the environment. That's the ultimate thing about it.
Absolutely,
Right,
but guess what? I am not an inanimate object that can be touched or toyed with because you're not looking.
Like,
If you say you are dating your girl, right? You trust her, right? You trust her with your life?
Yeah.
You trust her to have your back when you're not around?
I trust her to be a woman.
Right, but do you trust her to have your back when you're not around? Do you trust her not to engage in conversation or engage in things that could jeopardize you as a man?
Listen, I trust her to be a woman. I trust that she wouldn't disrespect me as far as because she loves me, and I know when a woman find a man that she truly loves and admires, all other men are invisible to her. So I trust that she follows her instinct and follows that. Okay, I'm with the best guy, and I'm not gonna see other men, but I'm not gonna be oblivious to the fact that okay, if some other top tier man who can do this for her, who I can't do this, comes out of the blue and starts showing her a different lifestyle that she wouldn't be fascinated by that shit, that would be stupid. I gotta always be smart and think logically. Like, okay, I can only trust her to be a woman. Now you can't just trust her. Oh, she's God. She's different. She's da da da. That's how a lot of guys get played and get heartbroken.
As much as you say that, there's a number one rule in the mafia. If your partner in the mafia can betray his wife, then you never trust that man, right? Because that's the woman that you lay down next to every night. That's the woman you put your trust into. That's the woman you trust not to take your life or stab you in the back because another nigga just said something that made her... Another nigga could persuade her to think something and change how she feels. That's the trust that you built with your girl, as you should, because you're in a relationship. You're next to this person every day. But in that same token, if you cannot trust your girl, if your girl can trust you to lay down next to you every night, she's giving you her life, literally, because men, as well as women, have taken life for less than fucking water. Your girl is trusting you to lay down next to you every night and have no suspicions that you're going to take her life. Have no suspicions that you're going to harm her. That girl is going to make sure that you're taken care of in home and that you're taken care of when you're not around. Because that girl that loves you and that you trust is going to make sure you know that regardless if you're there or not, nothing can persuade her to fuck up or to fuck with you in that way. Exactly.
And that's the thing. That's because I already know myself and I built myself to the point where like she sees me as not like any regular dude, so she's not gonna fall from that, like most women do, like cheat on me and shit. But most men don't work on themselves. Most men are living an average lifestyle. Most men are making $40K a year. That's an average income, and most women don't want that. Like I said, there's a study that came out that said that most women are finding most men that's economically unattractive. So I tell guys, if you keep building yourself up, keep working on yourself, your woman will understand, and you'll get a woman who will understand. Like, if you just work on yourself, that's the ultimate thing. Like, focus on yourself, and then you put your love and trust into another woman. I'm in a relationship younger, but I always tell guys to do that shit like when they're 35. That's when you get in a relationship, when you're older, more seasoned. You've been with women and you understand female nature. That's when you should get in a relationship and shit. But my situation is an anomaly, ultimately.
Right, but that's the thing is you trust her.
Yeah, I trust her, but I trust her to be a woman. I trust that she knows that she's with the best guy and she wouldn't ruin that opportunity just for like a night with a lame ass dude, like type shit.
Exactly. So why would you not trust her to go
to Miami?
To go anywhere. You're saying you don't trust your woman to go to Miami or go on a girls trip or go to a club without you. But if your girl is without you, you have to trust the same way that you could trust that she could go to the grocery store without you and not look at the fucking meat slicer in the back like with googly eyes like, oh my God, Bobby, come here. Then you should be able to trust her to go into a club, take a shot, have fun with her friends, and come the fuck back home with no issues.
Listen.
Because once you don't trust her to do simple shit with her friends and have her own life, you are creating a monster of a woman that can fuck you up in the long run.
Listen, I don't tell guys to be like, yo, you can't do that, baby. No, you can't do that. You let it be known. Listen, I don't like girls who go to parties. I don't like girls who like the club. I don't like girls who sit there and want to go out with their single friends, their whole friends, and just get drunk and shit. I don't like that shit. If you do that shit, we can't be together. Just leave it like that. Like let females know what you on. I think men should start being as cutthroat as females are when y'all date guys. Like, oh, you short, you 5'7", bye. Oh, you broke, bye. Oh, you ugly, bye. Like, guys should start being as cutthroat. But a lot of guys will sit there with a woman that they aren't even attracted to, just for the opportunity to try to sleep with them and have unlimited access to sleep with them. That's why guys get with women that they aren't even attracted to a lot of times.
And that's called lack of self-control.
Well, yeah, for sure. I agree with that. Okay, why do you think girls go to the? We got the last couple of questions, then we gonna wrap it up. Why do you think girls get in relationship? Why do you think girls in relationships go to the club?
Why do girls in relationships? I mean, because they still have a life.
Because they still have a life.
I mean, because they had a life before you, they're gonna have a life with you and a life after you. So it's just.
So what at the club can you do theoretically, like at a gay bar or like at home with the lights with your girls, like at a girl's house with the lights?
We could do the same stuff. You're right, but obviously, first of all, there's not a DJ at the house. There's not.
You got
dim
YouTube.
Lights, you can't get lit, and people look at you like you're the hottest thing out there. You're like, oh my god, guys, I made a new friend, Shorty, right there. She's my best friend. Like, yes, women go to clubs whether they're married in a relationship or not, because like Katie just said, she has a life. She had a life before you. She's gonna have a life during you, and she's gonna have a life without you. And that same point of trust comes into that. If you can't trust your girl to respect you while she's out with her friends, then you don't have trust in your relationship.
And that's not love.
And that's not love. Because as much as, I could be freshly in a relationship and Katie could be doing her. And I'm still gonna hang out with her.
There's been that dynamic actually. We've had to where I was in a relationship with someone for 10 years. And
I was the whole friend. I was outside fucking who I wanted to.
Guess what? I'm not talking to nobody because I'm not worried about nobody. Because first of all, as women, like you say, men do things for us, right? I'm gonna get a drink if I get a drink, but I'm not looking for that. I'm not going for that. I'm not talking to you for it.
And nothing. I'm not engaging it. I'm not
pass me a drink
starting it.
I'm like, thank you, and then walk my little happy ass away. But it's not. If you're truly in love and you truly trust that person, I have never met a girl who has been in love with their man and truly in love and truly trust them, who's not at the end of the night like, hey man,
come get me. I'm fucking drunk and I want your dick.
You know what?
Just
she's
like that.
fiending for her man, even while drunk, even while with her whole friends, because she sees her whole friends getting some dick and she knows she got dick at home, so she wants it, so she gonna go to it.
Or there's gonna be that'll be a good thing. Yeah.
Who don't love their men.
But that's the thing, but you ultimately you wouldn't know who you have until you realize the situation.
Well,
right, and absolutely.
Exactly,
but in that
and I agree that would be a guy's fault because he should vet her better. He shouldn't make her his main girl until he knows his girl. And if she going to the club and she's popping out like that, he shouldn't be surprised. Like all goes back to self responsibility. I'm not gonna be accountable for my woman making me look stupid.
Exactly. So why should she be accountable for you making her look stupid?
But she wouldn't be looking stupid because.
But doesn't it all come to like
it's an obvious
insecurity in yourself?
Wait, let me make sure it's not on one screen. Oh shit. Sorry, continue.
No, you're good.
You said it was insecurity.
Yeah, does it come down to like security and insecurity within yourself? Because
no.
how would yes?
I'm glad you asked that because that was my question. So the thing is. I'm gonna break down the insecurity thing because I did this another podcast.
Can't wait to watch this fucking podcast.
Let me break down the real reality of insecurity because y'all be changing definitions. And I say ladies change definitions because of L's. Listen, being insecure means that you're so scared that you're with this person that you're so scared of leaving you that you're bending to whatever they want you to do. You're insecure in yourself because you know you can't pull another woman like that person or a man like that person, so you're bending and folding to whatever they want them to do. A guy is insecure if he's sitting there like, oh, you want to go to the club? Even though he has a problem with that, because most men who have a problem with you just going to the club all the time and popping out with your girls, unless they want to say, I don't care, they have a problem with it. So if you're going to do that, just expect the guy to, unfortunately, lose attraction for you.
And that's fine, because that's not the person for me.
Right.
Because my person is going to know that when I go out with my friends, there's only one nigga on my mind, and that person is gonna be the one motherfucker I go right his dick when I get home and I'm lit off of 4 shots of Tito's and a fucking shot of Bacardi.
I be loyal in the talking stage, so I can't.
Right, it fucking sucks, but and like that's the thing, and there we go with me dropping that water, like you said.
Good.
So that's the thing is like as much as you want to sit there and say like I won't be able to trust her, or they might lose attraction for you because you're in the club and you go to the club however often. I can lose attraction for you for hanging out with your boys all the time. I can lose attraction for you for playing Call of Duty 24/7 because, bitch, I want some time.
Right.
But that's the thing is, if there's not a trust that you have in your girl, at least to give her the benefit of the doubt. Yes, that's the same thing with you though. You could go hang out with your boys at a club and you could go fuck a bitch, and if you and your girl don't have that understanding, you're breaking that trust, and now fuck you because you fucked a bitch. Right?
And if she don't like it, that's because she's insecure, because she's really thinking like, oh my God, is he gonna go fuck somebody? Is he gonna find somebody better than me? Is she gonna be finer than me? Like whatever.
And that's an insecurity. That is your insecurity within yourself, saying, well, she could find a man that's better than me, and she could fuck.
That's not insecure though. That's actually being secure. Being secure is like, oh, I mean, she could find another dude. I don't really care about this girl. I could find another girl to replace her, and she'll be better than you. That's being secure. If you have your girl in check like that, that's when you're being secure. But if you're insecure and you're like, oh, you want to go to the club? Fine, whatever, man. You want to go to the girls trip? You go to Miami this week? Fine. Hope you have fun. That's actually insecure because the guy doesn't want that to happen. Right. But he's just saying yes because he doesn't have anything else to say. So
you wouldn't allow your
what we're saying.
Right, exactly. That we're right. Because you're saying
if he's saying go, if he's saying to go and he doesn't want her to go, but he's saying go, that's insecure because he's not comfortable enough to say don't go. You're not like no.
Get fed and that's not my problem.
Sure.
Say nothing.
I agree, and like I said, a lot of guys, if your guy lets you go to the club or to the girls trips or go out with your single friends, he has a problem with it. He's just not gonna say it because he's insecure. Okay. But the guy who's actually gonna put his foot down and be like, "Oh, I don't want that shit." That guy's
either make or break the relationship.
Yeah, facts, and you should go from there. You know. Mm-hmm. Okay. Do you guys think that women cheat on their bachelorette parties at their bachelorette parties?
Just as much as men do.
Right. I feel like it's the same situation as men.
Yeah.
I mean, if a woman wants to cheat, she'll cheat. If a man wants to cheat, he'll cheat. Period. Point blank. It has to do with what a man and what a woman has a lack of, which is self-control. If you cannot control yourself enough not to fuck a man who's at your bachelorette party before you get married for one night, then what the fuck are you? And same with the nigga.
Homies and the friends of the females that are like, come on, it's your last night single, so it's really about who you be around too.
Right, so if you can't trust your girl to be at a strip club and respect you, or be out at her bachelorette party and respect you, then she has no right to allow you to have a bachelor party and respect you. Or actually has no right to, you have no right to expect her to have some sort of understanding with you and understand that you're just going to go to a bachelorette party, because the same bitches that is telling her to go fuck a dude because it's her last night is the same motherfuckers telling you to go fuck a bitch because it's your last night. Right. It's the same shit. Okay. That's why the double standard sucks, because men have this double standard of women can't do this, but men be doing the same shit. But the second that a woman does it, all of a sudden,
no. That's actually backwards. Because take it a step further behind, double standards only benefit women. Only double standard that negatively benefits. Listen, the only double standard that negatively benefits men, that positively benefits men is sexuality. Our sexuality isn't shunned upon us. That's the only thing that we benefit from double standards. Y'all get into clubs for free. Y'all get OnlyFans. Y'all can make $10K a month for free. Like, easily just, look at my toes. $10K a month. Like,
it's not my fault y'all got fetishes with
feet. But that's the thing. That's a double standard, because no man is getting paid for his looks.
I know a couple that are getting paid for their looks.
Whenever y'all say this, the percentage versus the percentage of women is astronomical. It's probably like 10 men and like 1 million women.
Society presents all of that.
Of course, but like that's just
men feel weird for showing off their bodies and being sexy and showing off their toes and being any.
Because we can't. Well, it's because we're not monetized for that. Men's beauty, we can't monetize that like women can. That's the thing about that. That's a double standard, though.
No, men can definitely monetize it.
Not all men. There's only a certain group of men who are actually like models and stuff.
But you
like,
know why men can't do that? You guys can't monetize your stuff like us, because y'all have made us objects for all of our lives. So now we're using that against y'all to take y'all money. What are you talking about?
Also, you women, y'all don't pay for sexual like enjoyment. Y'all don't pay for men like that.
Because women have been objects. Women have been looked at because we have.
Because we have a vagina and you can stick your dick in a hole. Most men pay for it because they don't have to do much.
When you text news to people and guys, and this is like more when I was younger, I can remember, but like when you ask news, right, women have more to take pictures of, right? So like when y'all send y'all
a dick,
you know what I mean? That's all we want to see. It's just like y'all don't have as much as we do, so y'all made us the object. Y'all made us we're on this high pedestal of like, They're just these sexual beings, and that's it. Women were made to breed our children and have sex with and do what we want to, and that's it. They have no right.
I mean, you guys are like more cherished. What does it say? Like,
it's not even that we're cherished.
It's not even cherished.
Men have used women as physical objects and as property for so long that the reason why men are so satisfied by paying a woman for a pussy pic or to fuck or to do something is because
it's a problem.
Right, it's because men don't like the fact that now they can't control what a woman does. Men have an issue with women having OnlyFans, but they don't have an issue with that porn star on Pornhub.
That y'all overly sexualized.
Y'all don't have an issue with that porn star on fucking Pornhub, but y'all have an issue with the girl down the street that has an OnlyFans.
Get a notification that be like, this might have a person that you may know.
The thing is, like, it's not like, I think you guys give men way too much credit, and like, guys, it's not that they don't like hate you guys. Like, it's just that guys won't cuff like.
No.
It's just that like that.
Hate. Y'all don't look at us the same. You even said that we're different. And
not
you did.
No. Different as far as you wouldn't. I didn't say different. I said that.
You literally said
when it no. I said the dating situation is different. Your human value doesn't change. Your relationship value change.
Okay, so
like same as a guy though. If a guy's a bum, he's not creating anything for the world. He's not admired by his peers. His sexual dating value is down. Same as
sexual
a woman.
Value. Our dating
value.
Or
dating value.
Goes down.
No, dating value goes down. My fault. I mean like sexual dating market, like the sexual marketplace. Our dating value goes down. If the woman who's let's say for example ran through or a 304 who likes to have a lot of sex, they can be the best, nicest people. Like don't get me wrong, I have a lot of I used to talk to a lot of my closest friends used to be like girls who promiscuous, right? So y'all are not bad people, but it's just the instinct that men get when it comes to relationship. I'll give you a perfect example. When I was younger in high school, it was this girl. I thought she was pretty, right? I wanted to be with her, but then I figured out she was a hoe, right? Like she was fucking everybody type shit, and like I tried to hit on her. She was dodging me, and then she got to meet me in person, and in a smashing like we smashed from time to time. And then she asked me, "Would you willing to date me?" type shit. And I was honest. I was like, I can't. I was willing to, but I can't now because like she was cheating on her boyfriend, all types of shit. Like she was just doing bad traits. Mm-hmm. But when guys see that, they're like, oh, okay, she's not gonna be a good wife or good girlfriend. She's not gonna be somebody who's gonna be loyal. It's not gonna be like.
So what does our body count have to do with that though? Because
it plays a part to the whole puzzle. So like you can have a high body count and be a loyal female. You can go to the club and be a loyal female. You can have all these traits of a hoe and be not a hoe type shit. Mm-hmm. It just traits and you like okay, it's like circumstantial evidence. You know what that is? Mm-hmm. Like when in cops and shit, they put these circumstances things together and it paints a clear picture. So you may not be a hoe, but okay, you go to the club, you already have your phone on D&D. You like texting dudes. You like hanging out with dudes all the time. Oh, you like going on girls trip to Miami too.
What the fuck's that anything about dudes?
Okay, and like you have like they put things together. Oh, you have an OnlyFans. Oh, you want to do porn too. Like they put things together and they're like, okay, she's probably this.
Right, it's a context clue
right.
that y'all look for.
But in that same case, when a cop goes and gets circumstantial evidence against you that may or may not be true, you look at the cop like you're fucking lying. Mm-hmm. This is fucking sabotage. You're setting me up. You're sending me to jail for something I didn't do.
Of course.
So you're doing the same thing with women.
You could be not guilty, but you do a lot of guilty actions. Like let's say a career criminal, guy who robs bank 10 times in his area, right? And then a bank gets robbed in his area. They're gonna question him first.
Right.
Because you have a past of this. Mm-hmm. So regardless of you may be changed now, whatever you're doing now, you still did this in your past, so they're gonna still hold you to it at a certain extent. They're gonna still hold it to you slightly.
Right, but nowadays it just stops at body count. It's not even y'all don't even look for context clues no more. Y'all just assume. What's your body count? Oh, that's the number. Okay, cool. I'm done.
Right.
Not even because let's really talk about this though because most women they didn't ask for most of them bodies.
I agree. Yeah, there's a lot of situations with SA and stuff and like
a certain number and you're like, oh well, you're a hoe because that number is 30 plus.
But in actuality, we're counting those 10 plus that didn't ask us, that didn't respect us, that took it. But because our number is above what you're expecting it to be, regardless of how those bodies got there, you're looking at me like I did something wrong. 9 times out of 10, not even 9 times out of 10, I would say like 50% of the time, the sexual encounters that women have are unwanted. Mm-hmm. So as much as you guys want to say that we're hoes because our body count is high, half of those body counts may not have even been something we wanted. We might just be counting them because we have to, because men expect it.
It would have been worse if we said no.
Right.
Of course, listen. I understand that there's like situations like that and stuff. Listen, I always tell women like you guys got to understand, and this is the sad truth. The world, especially guys that you hit up online and stuff, they don't. It's gonna sound bad, but just understand. My point. They don't give a fuck about your problems, right? So guys will look at that and they'll be like, "Oh, this happened in her past." They'll equate it to negative things, and they'll be thinking, "Okay, she must be going through stuff." You feel me? Mm-hmm. It'll be a turn off to guys, but like most guys who understand women, they be like, "Okay, she went through a thing, and she, from that she become hypersexual. That doesn't mean she's gonna be cheating on you and stuff." But not a lot of men understand that.
Exactly.
That's the thing about it. Like,
but that's the thing. So if a man doesn't understand that, why do we have to be subjected to how they feel about it?
Because like I said, they don't give a fuck about your problems. So they're gonna look at it. They're gonna think like, okay, I don't have to help this girl. I don't have to save her. That's how they're gonna think. Like, so they're gonna just be like, okay, fuck, I'm gonna just get what I can get from the situation and leave it at that. Or they're gonna like drag you along type shit and just get sex type shit.
Another body to me, so now I'm a bigger hoe.
Type shit. Right. Like,
right. But then men have an issue when women do the same shit to them because they feel that they're inferior, that they're superior, and they shouldn't be treated like that. Mm-hmm. But that's the problem, is that men are so quick to make women the problem and women hoes and women the reason why they're single, but they never once look at their male counterparts and they never once look at themselves. Mm-hmm. They want to sit there and point the finger at everybody. Oh, you have 30 bodies, you're a hoe. Even though 15 of those you were probably R-worded or essayed, or you felt like you had to say yes because you knew that if you said no, that outcome was going to put you in danger. Right. Men don't take that into consideration. Men want to say, oh, well, your count is high. Okay, well, you're a hoe. But they don't even think about the fact that your brother, your friend, your father, your uncle could have been that person that did something to me that caused me to have a higher number. Men never want to take accountability for their counterparts' actions, but they always want to put the responsibility on the woman. Mm-hmm. Yes, women might put themselves in a situation where they think that the friendship that they have with this man is just that, a friendship, and that person turns around and R-words them. Yeah. Women can go to a friend's house or go to a party with their female friend and get so messed up or get roofied that person disappears. And she gets R-worded or essayed.
Is that fair to say that's probably why like guys are also territorial when it comes to y'all going out and stuff, and why the guys would be like, I don't want you guys going out, I don't want you guys to have male friends, because not only are they trying to protect you from actual, like I said, you may be secure, but your environment isn't. I don't want you around other men. I know what men do. I know how men are, and I know how men can be if there's not another men stopping them. So I want ladies to actually acknowledge this. Like when guys say, I don't want you doing this, don't go to this place, I don't want you doing this type of stuff, they're not only trying to be controlling, not saying it just because, oh, you look good, I don't want guys talking to you and shit. It's that, and they don't want you in danger. They don't want you to go to men saying
That's never the answer they gave us.
Because y'all...
because I don't want you to wear that to their look. You know what I mean? I don't want you to look like that.
Yeah, because like a lot of times, a lot of guys don't know how to explain themselves. Like I said, a lot of guys don't know how to talk. I'm gonna be real with y'all. I realize this talking to women. A lot of guys don't know how to talk.
You guys have never had to be emotional, and y'all are afraid of emotions. And y'all don't know how to express yourself.
But you know why also? Because if y'all say that, a lot of times guys get caught insecure for all types of stuff. So guys not gonna be saying too much. If he has a problem, he's gonna say, I have a problem with it. And you're like, don't be insecure, and he's like, whatever and stuff.
Y'all don't even get talked about that much. Like, women have been so oppressed for so long. Now that we're finally
talking about this shit, y'all have a problem with it.
Now it's a problem. Now it's a big old thing. Now,
but when women were shut the fuck up, it was good.
Right. When women didn't have the right to vote, the right to speak, the right to do nothing. It was
the right to question her man.
Right, you ain't hear no problems about nothing, right? All the marriages were whatever, and it is what it is because men can do what they want to. But nowadays, now that we're speaking on it and that we don't agree with it and we don't want it, it's a problem.
And you want to talk about how men in the past, they used to slap their women. A lot of the women that were married to those abusive men in the past did not survive. Mm-hmm. So you can't hear their side of the story of their survival or what that man did or how that relationship
I don't mean like slap their women, like beat them. I mean like if they get out of check, they're like, hey, sweetheart, get in line type shit.
Right, but
you saw like the
regardless.
old movies and shit where they be like black and white and shit.
But you want to know something? My mom always told me, if you put your hands on me, I'm beating your ass. I don't give a fuck who you are. So if a man,
I think men should never put their hands on women.
Exactly, but that's the thing is that back then we could want the mentality of a man from the 50s and 60s where he is the protector and the provider. With the men now that think hitting their woman is disrespectful and that put their woman on a pedestal and that are saying, you know what, my woman is my queen and I'm not going to do anything to jeopardize that.
If those two people met, it's all good. We all
right. But that's the thing is, you guys, a lot of time, not even you guys, because it's not all men, but a lot of men don't think like that. A lot of men want their cake, they want to eat it too, and they want to be a piece of shit as well. And if you want to be a piece of shit and have 2 slices of cake, bitch, I'm going to shove the one cake in your face. The other shorty going to beat your ass with the other piece. And you can go eat somebody's ass because I'm not going to let you be a piece of shit to me.
Yeah. I agree. Well, look, I always just tell guys, just get what a girl's going to be on your page as much as your page it can be respectfully. And, like, you know, treat women good. Like, there's no reason for you to treat them bad and stuff, especially if they're on your page. You should definitely treat them. You know, you should. I wouldn't say put them on a pedestal, but you should definitely treat them good. Like, you should definitely treat them like your wife, like somebody you truly love. But
you should be completely honest, and you should
you should be completely honest. Tell her how you like. Guys, easy to tell a girl what you want to do, how you want to move, how you want to do things, and that's that. I got a final video for us to tie to the whole should females have whole friends and stuff. Our final video of the day.
I can't speak on that.
Yeah, I know. We went through that, so I was like, I don't even gotta ask y'all if whole friends is cool with y'all. So y'all.
You think the bride-to-be is cheating on her husband at the bachelorette party?
I mean, I personally wouldn't, but I think the bride-to-be does.
I think you guys know somebody that did this. Keep it real.
Our friend Jenna.
Your friend Jenna?
Oh, they just put her on.
Jenna cheated on her husband?
Yeah. I mean, she got shit like last night.
Last night?
Yeah.
How many times?
Like multiple.
Yeah, hey, TikTok
You think
dangerous.
the bride-
TikTok is dangerous as fuck. I was
Her
scrolling through that
friends
shit.
dry snitches?
Yeah, it's worse though, cause they actually found her account. I thought TikTok is dangerous. They found her account. It just like another girl had the same situation. They found her account, and they DM'd her boyfriend was like, you know, stay safe and shit, or her husband, like, you know, stay safe and shit. But like, yeah, like that happens, bro. Like the thing is, that's why I tell guys, like, it's not that you should just let your girl. You should stop your girl from going out, but you gotta be aware that girls just want to have fun when they go out. They don't want to be the oddball out. The girls doing some stuff. They don't want to be the one to be like, nah, girl, there guys over there. But
if you have all the same trust and boundaries, you should be good.
And if your
we
girl,
see what trust and boundaries.
Right, but that's different.
Not
that's not every situation.
That's a marriage.
But that's not every situation.
That could be your situation.
But it's not. The thing is this. While there are pieces of shit like that, yes, there are gonna be pieces of shit on both ends. There's gonna be a grimy ass bitch that's gonna cheat on her husband because she can and she wants to and she's gonna look for that. And there's gonna be a shorty that's like, oh, you're my friend and you're cheating on your man. Then distance themselves because they're like, you know what? If you could cheat on your man and I don't agree with that because, you know, I'm cool with both of y'all, that's weird. Yes, there are gonna be single friends. Why are you looking at me like that?
Girls often don't. Girls, come on now.
I have. I've literally stopped being friends with somebody because she was cheating on her man, and I was friends with both of them.
Listen.
And because certain women value relationships differently.
I agree.
Because some women care about their friends differently, and they care about relationships differently, and they value certain aspects of a relationship. For me, if I see a girl cheating on her man, I feel obligated, and I'm friends with both of them. I feel obligated to tell him. And as much as, you know, I probably wouldn't because that's my friend first. My female is my friend first.
So you
I would definitely have to step, but that's what I mean. I wouldn't tell him, but I'm going to step back because now you're putting me in a position to be a liar. And I don't lie. I'm not going to lie number one, I'm not going to lie to a man. Fuck I'm lying to a man for. You ain't got shit for me to lie to you for.
So right, if you
number
directly
one.
ask me, I'm gonna tell you, but I'm not gonna just up and tell you like
right.
Your girl cheated. Unless, yes, in that situation, I'm friends with both of them. That's the only type of situation. But
where I have to step back.
To that man, I don't care.
Right, but in that same token, just because she's doing it doesn't mean I'm going to. Because her values and her relationship are different from my values and mine. Like if my man, who the potential one that I got right now, one of them, If he wants to trust me, and you know we're in an actual relationship, and we're dating, and we're talking about marriage, and we're talking about a family. Number one, at that point, when we get to that point where we're getting more serious, the hoes that I have, I'm dropping them. I don't give a fuck what they say. And I'm not even telling them. I'm ghosting all them bitches. Right. Bye. You guys want to come back around and text me? I would be like, I'm sorry, I'm taken. Bye. But that's because for me, that's the value I hold of my relationship. And in that same token, if I'm going to a bachelorette party and it's for me, and, you know, there's strippers there, but I know that I have a good-ass man at home that loves me and cherishes me and doesn't treat me like his wife, but treats me like the queen of the castle because he is the king. There is no reason and no fucking way I'm going to look at any other man that's around me because that man cannot give me what I have at home. And that's where men don't understand women, is that when women know they have this strong-ass man that isn't having sex with anybody else, and that isn't betraying their trust, and that isn't assuming that they're a hoe because of their friends, and that can trust them to go out to a bar. And that girl knows that the man that's at home is at home waiting for her, and he's not out having sex with another female just because it's convenient for him. That woman is going to put that man at the top fucking pedestal.
And also go back to what you said in the beginning, how when women cheat, it's more on the emotional aspect. If I'm going to a strip club, there ain't no emotions there. I don't know you.
You get drunk. Huh? You know, you guys get drunk. You get lit. You're trying to have a good time. You don't want to ruin a moment. You like drinks are going.
But man can't do that.
And then a handsome guy looking your way and shit.
But man can't do that though, right? Because remember when we said the
Let
same
me ask
thing
y'all,
earlier.
how many times have y'all approached a man like hitting on him?
All the time.
Wait, what?
How many times have I walked
up to a man? No.
And
It's different. It's different from you because like I said earlier.
Yeah. How many times have I walked up?
Like I said, you are kind of masculine. You more of a masculine side, like, if you're gonna be real.
I am.
Most women don't approach guys. Let's be real, they don't approach guys. They even on like dating apps, if they ever match, there's a reason why Bumble does that whole let a woman message first and shit. Because
I know every time
if you leave it to a guy, the guy's gonna sit there hitting you up 20 times before he even get hit up once. The girl doesn't usually hit you up first.
Right, but that's the thing is, as women, if we are secure within not only ourselves, but our partner, whatever man we're laying down to every night, and we don't gotta question whether or not they fucked a different shorty yesterday or not, and we don't gotta question whether or not I can go through my nigga's phone and not see anybody. No, number one, I'm not going through nobody's phone. I don't give a fuck enough. Like if you want me to, if I have to go through your phone because I don't trust you, then there's no trust in the relationship, and I gotta go. If I don't get a feeling that you're being dishonest, you're being disloyal, that you're going behind my back, there's no reason for me not to put you on a pedestal. And like you said, I'm not going to put her on a pedestal, but I'll respect her as my wife. No. Because every castle has a king, but every castle also has a queen.
Exactly.
And if you want to be treated like a king, you have to be willing to treat your girl like a queen.
And what you guys don't understand is kings don't put their queen on a pedestal. The king is on the queen's pedestal. The queen puts her king on a pedestal. That's the thing about it. Like, y'all gonna hate this. You know, this is my last outburst before we wrap up soon. Men are the prize. Men are the real prize. I already knew it.
What did he say?
Oh my God. That was a great time. Oh my God.
What? Y'all don't agree?
I think that
men can be prizes.
We're all the prize. I think we're both the prize. I think we should both be cherished.
Yeah, of course. You know, ideally, we're both the prize, of course.
That's how I like to.
But logically, because like men and women are different. Men think logically, women think idealistically. So men are the prize. The thing is, if you ask a woman her standards in a man, what she requires, you get a laundry list of fucking things. Oh, he has to be tall, he has to be this, he has to be funny, he has to be culturally calibrated. He got to be able to talk. He got to be able to hike. He has to do all the things. Man did like, she got to be cool, beautiful, and attractive. That's it.
Beautiful and attractive, the same shit.
I mean, you know what I mean? Like it's a short list.
Men are realistic.
Sex said with silence. Like
women are idealistic because we're moving towards the future.
Yeah, but the thing is, y'all so idealistic that some of the things that y'all believe in is not realistic. You feel me? When women look for a man, the thing that they're looking for sometimes is delusional. Not you guys. You guys are very. You guys are fairly reasonable in a way, kind of. But but most women would sit there and want a guy who's, like I said, 6 feet, rich, tall, or cool, clouded up, all this stuff. Like, as long as you list of things, and men just are simple. We want a woman who's gonna be on our page. Sex sandwich is silence. Very simple. Very simple.
Sir,
so if we're able to check off all your boxes to get you, clearly he had to check off a lot of things, and he had to be above a lot of men, because a lot of guys hit you guys up every day. He had to be above a lot of men for you guys to actually take him serious. So clearly he's the prize. No. The guy that most women are looking for in the top 5%, top 10%.
That's what people want to portray.
That's the reality.
That's what people, when they go and do these like little
surveys,
statistics and surveys and shit. If you realize that half of these people on these YouTube channels where they're like, "Oh, what's your ideal man?" They're going to the women that either are walking around with Gucci, Fendi, and Louis. They're going to the women that are materialistic and photogenic preferring, I guess, like men that look a certain way. They're going to the women that want that. What they don't do is they don't go to the woman that is standing next to an average-looking man that is potentially her boyfriend. They don't do that. They don't sit there and go to a woman that they see who works her ass off and isn't just out on the fucking boardwalk, walking around with her friends, her big-ass sunglasses, and like, oh my God,
you want to know why?
Because they select the women they want to have those answers.
It's because there's not a lot of them. There's not a lot of women like the women back in the day. Like, y'all ever hear that?
Have
like,
you ever watched Steve Wilkos? Because like if you look at the videos from him, half of the women on there are these prized possession women that look amazing, that have heads on their shoulders, and you want to know the man
guy that they with, right? Yeah,
it's disgusting.
I know, right? But you ever watch? See, like that's the thing. Once you start, getting into the like understanding female nature, you start peeping things in these stories. Even like superheroes, Spider-Man. Y'all see Spider-Man? Mm-hmm. Great, perfect example for this. So Mary Jane, she didn't like Peter Parker, but she liked Spider-Man. Whole time they're the same nigga. They're the same nigga. She didn't like Peter Parker. She liked Spider-Man.
But
she didn't like the
the
regular. But that's a lot of that's in female nature though. That's like typical situations.
She didn't like Peter Parker because Peter Parker never had the balls to tell her that he liked her until he was Spider-Man. Peter Parker never stood up and said, "Mary Jane,
I want to hear this rebuttal you got."
But she kissed Spider-Man without him saying anything. That's the thing. Listen, when you're established,
because Spider-Man, as much as Peter Parker was Spider-Man, Peter Parker was an insecure little boy who had no balls or no gall to come up to her in person and tell him how he felt. Peter Pan.
Yeah, Spider-Man.
Spider-Man, he was in her face. Mm-hmm. He gave her that confidence that she wanted. He did something for her that Peter Parker didn't.
What happened?
Listen.
She found out he was Peter, right?
And she still loved him
even more. She was happier that it was Peter.
Exactly. But this is the thing. Listen. This is what you guys aren't understanding. She didn't like the regular dude who was in front of her, the good guy who was actually the man. Listen. Who was actually the man that she needed in front of her. She didn't see him. She seen the guy who was protecting her, who was fighting the crime, doing all these things. Oh, I like him. I don't like you, Peter Parker, who's being nice to me.
But you don't know
who actually knows me.
Because the movie doesn't tell you how she feels.
She's like, yeah, Tobey Maguire, the first one, yeah.
So you remember, right? So with Harvey, right? That's his name.
That's the friend.
His best friend, right? So that's who she was kind of with at first, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because
what was his traits?
Yep,
exactly.
But also he was telling her that he wanted her. That was the whole thing because remember she never cared about his money. She was actually mad that that's all he ever used to show her that he cared about her. But now, when she met Spider-Man, a strong, independent man who can do all these things as well, and she found out that he was Peter Parker, she fell in love with him. She was never in love with Harvey because he told her that he wanted her, but only showed her with money and materialistic things. Could never show her physically and emotionally how he cared.
The point is, you gotta understand these little things. You gotta understand these little things that they leave into the movies.
But you
like I said,
leave out.
She figured out he was Spider-Man afterwards. Of course she's gonna love him more. That's like figuring out like the guy you was dating with, he was taking you on cheap dates, and you figure out, oh God, he's a millionaire. That's the thing.
When Peter kept trying to tell her, you could see it in her face where she was like, "Just tell me." Just tell me. But because he would never tell her, why would you want an insecure man to never tell you that he likes you? But you can clearly see that he does.
That's the thing. Yeah, exactly. She wasn't attracted to the insecure man who liked her right in front of her who was good for her. She didn't. How come she didn't take the initiative? She could have easily been like, "I know you like me. I like you."
Because, like you said, most
but
women don't.
she was
Like
too
you
busy.
said, most women
She was
don't.
too
You contradict
busy.
yourself every
She
time.
was too busy kissing Spider-Man. I mean, yeah, she was too busy kissing Spider-Man and kissing Harvey Dent. That's why she didn't realize that Peter Parker, who was Spider-Man, was right in front of her. She was too busy on Spider-Man. I mean, yeah, she was too busy focusing on Spider-Man and focusing on Harvey Dent, unrealizing that the good man is Peter Parker right in front of you.
Right. But if he would, like you just said, remember, you said a minute ago how many women really approach men. So if you're using that same exact notion and that same statement, why would she have approached Peter Parker? Exactly.
Of course,
so
but
she didn't, exactly. So if she didn't approach him,
right,
because women are more prone not to, and he also didn't say anything, how is she supposed to even know that he likes her? And then not only that, there's no context as to how she felt about him before she found out he was Spider-Man. There's no context on how she felt about him as a friend. Exactly. So that's the thing is, regardless of the movie that you're saying,
he was friend zoned. He was friend zoned the whole time.
Because his friend,
they went to school together.
Because his friend took advantage of the situation, and so because his friend was petty as hell and said, "My man's never gonna say nothing, so let me do it." First of all, that was a whole petty situation. That whole movie. Let's talk.
Yeah,
about
and
it.
he had the money. I know that was petty. He had the money. He had on paper what women were attracted to.
A guy who she wasn't attracted to him because of that. Confidence,
money. Good looking,
she wasn't attracted to the money.
Because wasn't it? Who's it?
James Franco.
James Franco, right? So like,
finance.
and he played that role good. He played the role good.
He was fine in the movie.
So on paper, he was much better than Peter Parker. But Spider-Man was on top.
But she was getting irritated with Harvey the whole time because he was never there.
But she dealt with him though. She stayed with him and she stuck with him.
Because he's the one showing initiative. Why wouldn't you stay with somebody
because
who's showing you?
Real shit, you know as a woman, if a man is constantly selling you a dream, which is exactly what most men do, they will sit there and tell you everything you want to hear until they're blue in the face. They will show you in certain aspects, like certain little things that they want you to associate with what they're telling you, so that way they can keep stringing you along as if you mean something to them. No matter what you say, men are very fucking manipulative, and men will manipulate whatever situation it is.
I've always been told to be with a man who has the money and who can support you.
And no matter what it is, women have always been sold that they need to have this certain man in order to be the ideal woman. That's not our fault. We didn't say that, and a lot of us don't think that way. That is exactly what Katie said. Society creating the narrative. No matter what the situation is, women don't inherently think that they need to be with the richest man. Because pause.
Bruh. Y'all seen the Disney movies?
No.
Who are they always with? The king.
They're with the prince.
Exactly. Royalty.
But they're with the prince.
How come they aren't with the slaves or with the squires
or
with
the
peasants?
But you're proving my point. Is that society created that narrative that women have to be the damsel in distress and go after the high power man. We didn't say that
because we've been told that we can't take care of ourselves, that we're inferior to y'all, that we're lower than y'all, that we're all this. So yes, of course, we're just gonna fall into the.
And then if you want to say that women sit there and they follow this narrative that they need to be with the most successful man, how come it's that when we're younger and we're in our high school years and younger than that, we don't automatically want to go to the rich kid? We want to go to the person that gives us what? No, actually, nothing.
Let's be real. When you're in elementary school or high school, you date the guys who are grades above y'all. Y'all, even high school is 16. You date guys who fucking 18, 20 years old.
It has to do with age. It never had anything to do with high power.
Hypergamy is all around, sweetheart. Rather you want a guy who's
saying because we were in high school when we were 16, we saw these 20-year-old men. And
yes,
they're older than us, so they gotta know more.
They gotta know more than the guys around. Yes, that's what I think. They know more than the boys, the little annoying boys in my classroom. They have their car, they have their money, they have more. They're more established.
Why we really went after them is because those 20-year-olds had the balls because they've been through it. They've been through
exactly.
They know how to talk to us. They know how to approach us and tell us what we want to hear, so that we can go fall into their.
And it has nothing to do with them being older.
Those are traits of an attractive person, though. Confidence.
Okay.
But confidence is gonna come from somebody who's like at your age, especially when you're young. You're not gonna get that from a little boy. Confidence, you're gonna get that from an older person. That's why women date it up. Hypergamy is real. It is reality.
I mean, it could be a reality, but the problem is it's not a reality we created. We didn't create that reality. The men who created society and have established what the system is supposed to do.
All you gotta do is get with a broke guy.
And you know what? That's the thing.
And y'all didn't enjoy it, right? Where's he at now?
I had a great time. He cheated on me, and after
God damn it.
Yeah.
Right.
And he left me for the girl that he said I shouldn't worry about after 10 years.
Did he? Do you believe that you were open enough for him to tell you that? Damn,
after
what?
10 years, you don't think?
Wait, y'all was together for 10 years?
Yes. 10 years.
And I told this man everything.
Oh my God!
Right.
And as we got older, obviously I matured and I was able to communicate better. And that still never changed him. He would always tell me, I'm going to change for you, I'm going to change for you, I'm going to change for you, and never did anything. He would just tell me that to make me shut up and stop complaining about how he's nowhere in his life. But I'm still with him because I love him. I was still with him. He's been broke all my life. All of our lives.
All her life. All of our lives.
He lived with me.
Poor as fuck.
He stayed with me. All of this shit, and he still did me dirty.
Stupid.
So right. That's why I speak on how I speak on these subjects, because I've been in that situation. I've devoted my life, half my life, to a man that was never there for me emotionally, physically, or nothing. But I still stayed because I love him and I thought that he could change, and he didn't. And I learned my lesson. And as much as you say go date a broke guy, I've dated plenty of men that have had it's your mentality.
Little to no money.
Rich,
it's not that you won't date a broke guy. You won't stay with a broke guy. You won't build up a broke guy. You won't provide for a broke guy.
Bullshit.
Yeah, no. Long term. I mean, like for good. To the all.
I wanted to marry that man. We were engaged.
Well, like I say, you get exceptions to the rule all the time, but most women don't want to be with a bum.
I was 19 and I moved out to my first apartment. I paid my own rent and he lived with me.
Yeah, and if most girls were in that situation, they would have kicked that nigga out.
From 19 to 21, I lived on my own and I paid my own rent and he lived with me. It's not even about that whole, like, if he's broke, if he's a bum, you don't want to stay with him, because that's not true. Because if that person tells you how much they love you and they lay in bed with you every day and they build that connection with you and you guys go through bullshit together, that will build that bond and you will love that person no matter what. But there will be a day that you can't take that shit no more. And why should you have to deal with that shit for the rest of your life?
That's like literally subjecting yourself to constant abuse. And as much as you want to say that, you know, women try to date in higher pay brackets or higher age or whatever the fuck.
It's just like ain't no man gonna take care of me for the rest of my life. Like, and I'm doing absolutely nothing around the house. I'm not taking care of our kids. I'm not taking care of nothing. I have no job. I'm sitting on the couch smoking weed, chilling, and doing my shit. You're not gonna stay with me forever because I'm not doing nothing for you, even though you're paying all of these bills, right? You're not gonna stay with a bum ass bitch, are you? No, because you want a woman who's gonna do stuff around the house for you, gonna do stuff that you don't have to do, that you don't want to do.
The thing is, most guys.
It's the same. No, it's not.
Most guys are raised. Most guys are raised that you're gonna have to provide for a woman most of the time. Like,
no, they're not.
Yes,
no,
they
not
are.
Now. Not now.
Of course, not.
Most
not.
guys, no. Pause.
Most guys aren't even being raised with their fathers, so of course they just going based off of what they.
Right, and who created that narrative that most of these men now aren't being raised with their fathers?
Gotta stay like that.
Who's created a narrative?
Who created that? Who broke up families?
You're not gonna like my answer.
Who?
Women.
Of course.
I mean, who initiates the breakup or the divorces?
No. But that's the thing. Hold on. No. Pause. What I'm talking about has nothing to do with women. What I'm talking about is the fact that you're saying that a lot of men aren't being raised with their fathers. Just in minority communities, the reason why that is the way it is because society took those minority men from their family, put drugs into neighborhoods, framed these men in these neighborhoods, put these men in jail because they systematically broke a black or minority family in order to specifically make sure that minorities never had that father household. Back when Black Wall Street was around, the reason why it thrived so much is because you had the full household. You had the mom, the dad, the family unit with all the kids, and they were growing.
Yeah,
and the second that they grew to a point where society did not like that minorities were taking over, they implemented situations and they implemented actions to make sure that those minority families didn't have that head of household, didn't have that head income.
Yeah, I agree. And the head was the man.
The head was the man, but why was the head the man? The head was the man because women couldn't work, because women were expected to take care of kids, because women were expected to go to school, or weren't expected to go to school. It was because women were expected to stay home with the kids. Women were expected to be the most submissive one. The reason why Black Wall Street was taken out, and the reason why a lot of the communities that we have now that are minority dominant with a lack of parental figures in the household has nothing to do with women. It has to do with the fact that the society that we live in has implemented things to take away the head of household. They have implemented things to make sure that the women in these minority communities and the moms and the head of household now, because they took the father away, have no way to thrive. That's how welfare was put into place. That's how WIC was put into place, because they took away the head of household, the person that was the only one allowed to work, which was a man. They took that person away and made these women so susceptible and so vulnerable to needing assistance.
The thing is
that women had to go ahead and build up their own family without the man. And then because they did that and they systematically destroyed minority families and minority households, they went ahead and all these kids that grew up without fathers, they seen that. So when they had kids themselves, they left because their whole life, my mama did it all. She raised me. My baby moms will be good because my mom did it. So you want to sit there and say it's women's fault? It has nothing to do with women. At the end of the day, society has created such a narrative to separate men and women to make sure that there will always be a divide.
No, I think society actually created a narrative that makes people sit there and not take accountability for their actions of their people, so that we cannot thrive and move past it. The thing is, what people fail to realize is all problems can be solved once you take accountability for the problem.
Absolutely.
Rather you cause the problem or not, take accountability.
And that's mostly why women end these relationships, because men don't own up to their actions on how
and they blame the woman.
Because most women, like you say, we're emotional, right? We're emotional beings, and that's how we really bond to somebody. So when we're married, we're emotionally bond to you. So when you stop giving us flowers and you stop loving us like how you were doing in the beginning of that shit, of course that shit gonna get boring and tiring and whatever. And we can talk to you and we can try to fix this, and if it don't get fixed, why should I stay?
And why should we keep having the same conversation?
I say when it comes to kids, when you have a kid in a situation,
you don't stay just because of the kid.
Sure, but the best thing to do is to raise a kid in 2-parent households. If y'all can't get along, y'all better fake it and make it look like y'all get along until the kid is old enough.
That kid gets raised thinking that faking life is how to go around.
You don't show it. You don't show it.
But how do you not show unhappiness?
This is the
So you would.
And this is why I say like accountability needs to be taken, because when it comes to drugs, like drugs coming in the neighborhood, our black men need to take accountability for that because we sold it to our own people.
But who
same as when Lyndon B. Johnson signed the Great Society Act and made into the fathers out the home. The women need to take accountability for that, for allowing that to happen.
But
listen.
Women had no choices.
They had choices. They had opportunity. They had options. They chose. Okay, you know what? I'm not gonna marry this man. I'm gonna be able to get government help, and I'm gonna keep him around. And sometimes they don't work out because they aren't married, so they have no real. They're not doing it for survival and love. They're doing it for money and shit. So the ideology behind black families and black relationships got skewed, and then drugs got pushed. Black men start selling it to each other and our women, so they have fucked up the neighborhoods. So you can say the governments because how do we make crack? We was taught that shit. I get it.
No.
Ultimately, sure, government and the white people played a part into the destruction of black families and all this stuff, but we got to take accountability for allowing a lot of the stuff that happened to happen, because they didn't just come in, give us drugs, and then everybody was on crack. We sold it to each other. Same as how single mothers, you chose this man. You knew this man's not going to stick around because this man didn't even have his father in his life. You didn't even have your father in your life. You also didn't have nobody to court you through the relationship, through the dating stages like they did back in the days, like Mexican family do, when they actually bring the whole family in and let them know who the fuck is who. We don't do that shit in black families. So by the time you figure out who the fuck the baby daddy is, it's when the kid is actually being born and it's a baby shower and they're not even getting married yet. Okay. So it's personal behaviors that we must change in order to stop a generation of what the fuck is going on, because this shit happened back in the 70s. There's no ways that people from the 70s lived better than us nowadays. That's the reality, because they're living back in the days was much better than we are now.
Do you want to know something? As much as you say living back in the days are better than they are now, that's to an extent accurate, but to an extent very inaccurate.
As far as black families.
You said what?
As far as black families, like the economic way, the family house, because we have better 2-parent households than white families.
You hit over 3 hours.
Okay, let's wrap it up. Okay, let me say this last point. But we have better households than white families. Like, they were actually scared that we were creating more nuclear families, so they decided how we can break them up. Okay, let's let's incentivize them taking the man out the house. So they started giving money, and unfortunately, our black ladies fell for the trick and kicked a lot of the men out the house, and then they were stuck raising the kids by themselves.
But then in that same token, a lot of those black men were also put in prison for shit that they didn't even do.
That's true. And
that right there also destroyed the black family.
It's a lot of things that went apart.
Say that it's women's fault, it's not inherently our fault.
Not all of it. Not all of it, of course.
We do as much as we can in terms of our relationships, in terms of keeping our man happy. But if a man does not want to be kept, he will not be kept. And we are not responsible for that. If a man cheats, we are not responsible for that. If a man decides to step out of on his family, regardless of the situation, that's not our fault. Men can blame women all they want. Men literally use women as scapegoats. And if you want to use women as scapegoats, by all means. But those same men better not expect to ever have a woman that loves them and cherishes them. They better not expect to have that person that's going to be their ride or die, or have that person that if guns are blazing, they're going to be right next to you shooting. Because when a man uses nothing but excuses and blames a woman, that man is not a man. That man is a little ass boy. So yes, women, we do cause issues. Men cause issues. Children cause issues. And it's a part of life. Everybody can cause an issue. It's just determined by whether or not we want to put up with certain shit. Certain women will put up with a man sleeping with other women. Certain women will not. Certain women will put up with men cheating. Certain women will not.
And certain men will sit there and pay for vagina, and some men not. Like,
right, and that's all preference. But it has nothing to do with anybody being inherently at fault.
Of course, I was only speaking like the matter of like just the how we all take a responsibility for ourselves and shit, and like I just try to teach people not to like say this person did this person did this. Right. We could acknowledge it. We already know what the case is, but then we got to be like, all right, but we also did this. Like we did this, we did this, and that's how we we move forward and shit. But ultimately, I hope you guys enjoyed the podcast. You guys got any final thoughts starting with you?
No, I think I'm good. I think I said everything I need.
Yeah, you enjoyed yourself?
Yeah.
I said my piece.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Cool.
I'm glad you guys enjoyed it. All right, guys. I know this went much longer than we usually do. This was long as fuck. But whenever we got interesting topics going on, we gotta get it all out. We can't hold nothing in. So if y'all would stick through this shit, if y'all watching this shit from down the road, like the video while you watching this shit. Subscribe to the channel. I'm gonna have these ladies' IGs and the shit, so y'all can follow them. Shoot your shot. Subscribe to their OnlyFans and shit. And these niggas, they taking sugar daddy applications as well. So go ahead and shoot y'all shot, niggas.
I'm doing my little boo. All
right, my little boo.
Oh yeah, and get the edible shit, man. And y'all. All right, y'all. Y'all stay good, and this tie out, and peace, motherfuckers.